Hello, Cakez.
Let's go! Good morning! I have returned again! It's Monday, boys! How you guys doing? Woo!
Thank you, Ify66 for 5,000 bits.
Just kidding.
Hello, Mr. Cakez. Hello, people. Hi.
Hello.
So about that 1 hour thing. Yeah, I had no other choice.
Hi.
I was at on a customer system. I could not do it faster. How you guys doing? Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. Is everyone doing okay? You guys are making good progress on your games? You feeling all right? Is it going good, guys? Let's go! Make some games!
Make a good game and don't market it. The money will come to you.
Am I so out of touch?
Yo, Mr. Super Cool.
No.
Real Super Cool just subscribed. -5 dead key.
-5? -5 what? Thank you very much for subscribing, my man. Super cool. Hello Lama Toast on YouTube and Jonathan Smith. Good morning. Wie geht's? Gut, gut, gut. I'm a bit late. Otherwise good. Made some good progress on work as well. We've got a lot of stuff to do there. So I might be late tomorrow again. We'll see. But yeah, that's for tomorrow to happen. We'll see. I'm stuck in matrix multiplication hell, but progress is happening. Good, 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 good. Cool flags. Thank you, Iffy. Inspired by Kingdom Rush. I did play Kingdom Rush quite a bit. And I also gave them sound effects, but I guess you guys already played it, right? Coding a tutorial. What's happening, Mr. Cakez? We're gonna code a tutorial today. I have some bullet points. Let me see. I have some bullet points on what I would like to do. I've changed the game quite a bit yesterday, over the weekend, but mostly yesterday.
Next bad take, 30 seconds.
And I basically did everything so that we have... how is it called? So that we have everything set up to do a tutorial.
And then go back in.
And then after that, I would like to do a 4th map to extend the game. And yeah, let's talk about some stats, shall we? I think that's interesting. So over the weekend, I was looking up here and there to test out to get some information on how the playtest is going. And I can say that it's definitely better than my first demo.
Don't be afraid of poor marketing.
It is not 6 minutes. And the thing is, the average playtime goes up every day. So I'm trying to track at least the playtime that I had from Who Am I's demo. I'm trying to get to 40 minutes. But essentially, this is what it looks like. We are sitting currently at 29 minutes. And it measured 142 players. And this is what the distribution looks like. I have a somewhat reasonably flat curve in the beginning, which is nice. And then obviously 15 people spent more than 200 minutes in the game. This would be much higher, of course, if I had more content, which I don't. And so it is definitely less than my previous demo, but the stats for the previous demo were all broken. So, but the medium playtime is higher, which is good. And so that is making me happy. Because the old one was 25 minutes, but it also had 1,200 people measured. So obviously it's gonna, well, 32% play for an hour. And if we look at the breakdown here, We have 36% playing for an hour. I don't know why it says below average as compared to other Steam games. And then I click on this and it only shows me my playtest. Users that played for more than 1 hour. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Because it's like looking at myself in a way. It's a bit weird. But yeah. So this is what it looks like. I'm very happy about it. 29 minutes is good for a playtest. It is not 40 minutes, but it's more than before. And I do not have that much content in the game as well, so that needs to be taken into account too. There's only 3 somewhat short levels. It is definitely less content than the 40 rounds I had in my very first demo version and the 3 levels that I had in the demo version before this one, because that was the levels were quite long. I think I had like 10 rounds, then 12 rounds, and then 7 rounds or something. So that's over 20 rounds, while now we are not even scratching 20 rounds. We have like 3 rounds, 5 rounds, and then 12 rounds, which is 19 rounds. Well, wait, actually that's 12 plus 5, 70. It's actually 20 rounds, yeah. Anyways, so looking good. And in terms of wish lists, I can't really tell because it's up and down, really. I obviously got quite a bit of wish lists on the release of the demo. It goes, currently it's like a gazillion wish lists and no wish lists. Like for example, yesterday there was no wish lists at all. Actually 1 deletion, I think. Yeah, here we go. That's the 1 deletion. And then, but over a week, I got 50 because I had like 0, 10, 0, 10, 0, 30. So like so weird. I don't know why these days are. Maybe they just don't calculate them properly each day and then they miss a day or something. Not sure. But yeah, it's looking okay. Let's say that. Not perfect, obviously. I'm pretty sure Dev Spudgers and his game had way higher numbers. And Gnomes as well. I'm pretty sure the game Gnomes. But the good thing is that it is somewhat increasing the more active I am on Steam. And so I also started writing posts. This is gonna be the next demo update post, which will include all of the changes. And I started learning how to do GIFs properly. Yeah, so I made a couple of GIFs to just show what type of features I added. I think I'm doing quite a couple too many GIFs here and there. Like basically not every feature needs to have a GIF associated with it, right? But yeah. That's essentially the playtest, the data for the playtest. And I'm gonna let it run a couple more days, maybe till the weekend or something. And then I'll turn it off. And hopefully by that time we're gonna have this patch done. It's a new map and a tutorial as well. That's what I want to do. So these are the 2 things on the to-do list. But yeah, that's what it looks like. How did you do the GIFs? Looks good. Yeah, so if you want to know how to do those, there's an application called, I wonder if it shows up on stream. So it's called Screen to GIF. Good morning. Hey, Decryptor, good morning. I saw your message. I'm gonna read that in a second, but yeah. I like the GIFs. It's nice when programmers are proud enough of their software to show it off. Yeah. There's a Screen to GIF application, and when you open it up, it shows like this, and then you can change some of the options. The options, some of them are just, I have to use the word, but some of the options are just retarded, because they make this thing go haywire, and some of them don't even work. So for example, if I render with DirectX, the entire GIF is transparent. Doesn't render anything. So I have to use blit or whatever this is. And then there's another option here at the bottom. enable cursor following. When you're recording and you're moving your cursor, the GIF actually follows the cursor, which I guess some people want, but most people just want a static image. But yeah, anyways, this application, very, very helpful, actually. You can click on recorder, and then you can select an area or the entire screen. I selected an area, and then it tells you, okay, where do you want the area to be and how large do you want it to be? And so, for example, I'm like, okay, so this is the area, then you accept it, right? And then, or let's say, well, I want the area to be around this, right? I want to showcase the map selection, right? I don't know. And then I'm like, okay, let me record F7, recording. Then I'm like clicking here, clicking here, clicking here, clicking on this. And then F8 is stopping the recording. And then it shows you the recording. And so, for example, here in this case scenario, I had some jerking off with the mouse, terrible. So this is probably how I would like to start. You can edit this, delete all previous, yes. Look at the GIF, looks good, okay. This is maybe a little too much, till here. Or something. Stay there for a while and then delete all next. Boom, yes. And then you can just save it. The preset usually works fine. I've set up a folder and then this would be map selection. You save it. It's gonna process it, save it to the disk. And then I have a folder actually. This is where the folder is, and then what did we do? Map selection. This is what it looks like then. That's it. Very fast to create a GIF, and they are reasonably optimized. Not perfect. This is 1 megabyte for a short GIF. I think that's fine. I know there's a 25 megabyte limit for Steam. So if you make a Steam page and you want to upload some GIFs to make your Steam page more interesting, there's a 25 megabyte limit that if you have more than 25 megabytes on your GIFs, the Steam page loads slower. So you gotta be careful with the size of these, but 1 megabyte for something as simple as this should be fine. Yeah, so very nice. And I'm actually gonna write down this because that would be a great short tutorial. So let's see, 2.06.2025 Steam GIF easy GIFs. When did I start talking about this? I don't know, 10 minutes in. Here we go. Anyways, yeah, so essentially that. Hey Cherries, how are the numbers going? Rewind 10 minutes on YouTube if you want to. I talked about it there. But doing good. How did I do the text with the frame? Or that requires a little bit more work. That's not that simple. But if you want to know exactly how I could show you. I use DaVinci for this. You can use something else. I can't rewind, brah. You can go to YouTube, bro. Go to YouTube and rewind there. Leon, thank you very much for subscribing, man.
Am I so out of touch?
Hey, Peter. How you doing?
Leon Larch just subscribed.
Gotta be careful not to show anything, but I think... Yeah. Essentially, these are the GIFs I made. Essentially, it's a text on the timeline. It's a border. And then the clip itself is a clip that I zoomed in first. And then on, wait, trailer. And then on the clip in the color tab, it's quite a bit of work. In the color tab, I added this, well, how you want to call that? It's like, it's like an alpha channel output where it discards, it turns everything outside this thing into alpha. You see this? Like everything outside this is alpha, is black. So if I turn off the background color, which is the same color as Steam, I get black. So it's like some sort of mask. You could think about it like that. And so yeah, I created this mask, made it fade in, put a background below that is the color of Steam, put a border on top, put a text on top, and then just rendered this as a video and turned it into a GIF. I don't know if DaVinci actually can export GIFs too, but I just use these GIFs as a base and then optimize them. I'm not sold on this gradient. Well, you need to look at on the Steam page. On the Steam page, it looks better. You see this? Because it like blends in with the Steam page. It doesn't look like an actual... It's not perfect, right? But it's good enough. In the video, it doesn't... Yeah. You mean on the Steam page? I think it looks great. And the inspiration for this is the Slowermancer. Massively successful game. And they do exactly the same. They do this. It looks worse for them, but it's good enough. What do you export it to? I export it to a video and then I go to a website called Easy GIF. Or Video to GIF. This one right here. I will play your game if you release it, yeah. You upload a video here. And then you convert it into a GIF. And then you can resize it, rotate it, crop it, optimize it, all of this stuff. It's a very helpful website when you're doing it. But it's a lot of work. It's not as easy as just using this GIF tool here. I don't know if you can even... Oh, you can add text too. Didn't know that. Test. Oh, it's up here at the top. Oh, cool. You can even do this here. You could potentially just do this here too, man. Size? How big can I make it? 200? Look at this. Put a test. Hello.
Collector's alt account just
How much
joined.
can you do here, though?
Glad to be back to
Shadow
my favorite Vulkan and Godot stream. Please keep your functions shorter than 5 lines.
Opacity?
These fucking softwares!
Not sure how that works. Oh, look, we have a shadow here too. So there's a lot of stuff you could do. It's not... It's kind of annoying to use, gotta be honest, unless you can like drag with the mouse somewhere. Now you can't. So you gotta like type in the values, which I guess is fine, but it's kind of annoying. Let's say 10. That's making it further away. Then you do blur radius. How about you do 0? And then you do transparency. Okay, well, 80%. Well, 80% isn't that great. Let's do 50%. You can do a lot with this application. Awesome, really cool. Didn't know that. Nice. Decoration. Underline. Style. What fonts do they have? Oh, look, they have Stay Pixel too. Nice. Oh, wow, they have a lot. They have all of it, actually. Yeah, anyways, cool stuff. Motorola. Yeah, you can do a lot with this. Didn't know that you could do text too. And you can even add images.
Demo out. Check.
Looks like
Mixed review.
somewhere.
Check. Doesn't work on AMD. Check.
Can you?
Unbalanced game. Check.
Image.
UI bugs. Check.
Text.
Yapping all day. Check.
Apply. Anyways. Oh, I see the text only appears at the end. I see. Okay. Cakez, why do you use screen to GIF for one and easy GIF for the other? One, because I didn't know that screen to GIF was that easy to use. I learned this yesterday. It's the first time of me using that properly yesterday. So I was doing that and I didn't know how to do the border otherwise. I knew how to do it in DaVinci, but I didn't know how to do it any other way. So I decided to use DaVinci. Because it was faster to get to the result and I wanted the Steam page more than I wanted to learn a new application. That's why. So yeah, we're gonna do a tutorial today, but I think we're gonna start slowly because I've just come off work. I need to relax a little bit, and so I'm gonna do a React first. Think you can do that in Photoshop too? I'm pretty sure you can. The next thing is demo page, Shade 11. The next demo page will probably include 2 bosses, and that will be everything. I plan on having the knockback boss. When will you move to Kick? Oh, actually, good question. I saw that Asmongold is moving to Kick. So the video title. And now I'm not too deep into the Twitch issues with like other content creators, but what I heard from watching some of his content is that advertisers are leaving Twitch. Or you're not getting as much ad revenue anymore. And what I can tell you from my own experience, since I'm not that affected from this, because I'm just game development, right? They are not going to Kick, no. But on Kick, the difference on Kick is that if you get a subscriber on Kick, you get 90%. So if someone pays $5 on Kick, and not everyone pays $5, you have to keep that in mind too. There are countries where if they subscribe to you, they only pay in your currency maybe $1. You only receive $1 because of the conversion between the different currencies. So, but let's say someone buys a sub on Kick. It is 90% of what you receive, and there is also a program for creators to stream on Kick, which they pay you if you stream on Kick. And now I'm wondering if, like, for example, let's say I were to try to stream there, if I could get, you know, that program. That would be incentive for me to go there. But the category software and game development is basically no one streaming. It's like 100 followers or 200 followers or 300 followers on the category. It's nothing. Like no one is streaming there. So I know that it's empty. But there is an incentive to go there. And yeah, talking about the ad revenue from Twitch, all I can tell you is that a year ago, I think I had like 50 viewers or 60 viewers, let's say 70. And I was almost getting the same amount of money through ads that I'm getting now. So for me, it feels like I'm chasing a train that is running away from me. While, you know, trying to hopefully turn this into something that can support me. Which is also why I started focusing more heavily on my game rather than on Twitch content, or, well, YouTube content would be better for me to do than Twitch content for sure. In terms of ad revenue. But yeah, so it's kind of crazy that when you reach such, like for me, this is high numbers, right? Like I've never dreamed of ever getting to 100 viewers even, right? And so for me, this is very high. And it's crazy how it just keeps going down, right? It's like, I can tell you, like a year ago, I was gaining $5 per ads per stream on like 60, 70 viewers. And what I'm getting now...
Thank you for $5. I pay
$5.
real $5, always skipping the middleman. Never subbed, white tick mark emoji. Never donated, white tick mark emoji. Ad block on, white tick mark emoji.
Okay.
Stolen laptop, white tick mark emoji. Neighbor's Wi-Fi, white tick mark emoji. Mama's
Appreciate
house,
it.
white tick mark emoji.
Mr. Peter.
Free entertainment, white tick mark emoji.
Appreciate it, bro.
Salami, salami,
Prime is not my main source of income. Prime is great, but it's not my main source of income on Twitch. It's ad revenue, actually. I'm not one of those streamers that is... Oh my god! Holding the stream hostage. Anyways.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry
God
for
damn it,
what?
man. When does it stop, man? Sing.
Sometimes I pull on it so hard, I rip the skin.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much for $5, man. Appreciate that a lot. Anyways, so yeah. Hard-earned €5. So yeah, it's been $5 for a year, even though I doubled, tripled my viewers, which is kind of disappointing. But I try not to look at these numbers too much and just try to make my game. I've been focusing on my game, and that's been going very well for me. We'll see how much I earn when I sell it, right? Obviously, the incentive is to be able to support myself with game development, streaming, and stuff like that, right? This is the incentive. This is the reason, right? I want to make games, and I want to share the journey and stream it. And the longer I do it, the more I know that this is what I want to do. It's a lot of fun. It's the highlight of my day, essentially. Apart from playing with Zoe, of course, right? But it's a highlight of my day. I love it. And so, not being able to...
My man, thank you for $10. Peter, my man, thank you for $5. I pay real $5, always skipping the middleman. Never subbed, white tick mark emoji.
Huckley, I appreciate it, bro. Abif AQ, what you looking at, bro? What's that? Scam TTS? Are you sure it's scanned? I think he just copied that, right? Anyways, that long story short, it is how it is. I don't know if I should stream on Kick at all. I stream to YouTube. It's been going very well for me to stream to YouTube. And I'm gonna keep doing it. And I don't even know if I could stream to Kick with my bandwidth. Probably, I don't know, to be honest. Don't know. I tried doing it in the past. I can barely listen to 2 chats or read 2 chats. Think about another chat, guys. That's crazy. Anyways, so yeah, focus is the game. And then at some point when the game is in a good state, we're going to be focusing on YouTube content. But yeah, so today we're going to do a tutorial. But I said before, first, I kind of want to show you something, guys, because I'm really proud of it, right? I really am proud of it. I have juiced up the game a bit, okay? Now, first and foremost, when you place a hero on the road now, it shows a...
Jonathan Smith, my man, thank you for $5.
Aman.
Keep saying $5.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the support. But can we move on? Okay, I appreciate you guys giving me money. You know, I could do that all day. Really, but like, this is not so you guys give me money, okay? I got asked, okay? I'm sorry. I'll stop talking about it now. Okay? Now, listen. Yeah? The red indicator on the unit might be a bit too much. It looks like he is going to take damage or you can't place him. But since the attack range circle doesn't turn red, I feel like it's fine. We'll see. But yeah, you can now see if a unit gets attacked. And if I place a ranged unit very close to the path, but the sword icon doesn't appear, he is not going to get attacked, even if a melee unit runs directly over them. And on top of that, I have increased the range by 2x on all of the units except for the defender. The defender is a melee unit, he should not have high range. Everything else has twice the range, and the mage too. And so I tried to juice up the game a little bit by adding in better death animations. What do you guys think? Like, it looks a bit better when you have like more AoE going on. What if the melee unit has bigger range? The melee units will now only attack range units when they actually have a ranged ability. So for example, let's say I have a sword, a swordsman enemy, and they get close in range to a ranged unit, and they have something like Wind Slash. They're gonna use Wind Slash on my ranged units. Of course, yes. But for now, like you can see here, the reds are all attacking this guy. The explosion is higher than where the reds are. Yeah, this is knockback. They get turned into white and they get knocked back and then they explode. It's somewhat of a pushback to indicate the hit. You could see it best on the bats. It's very short. So yeah. Check my feedback. I had one issue where the reds were flooding through my wall of tangies. Yes. That needs to be communicated better. Will be part of the tutorial. How many units are blocked by the defender? The defender can only block 2 enemies. That's why the reds were getting through. Oh yeah, also I added in. Can you guys tell what's going on here? Like, what did I just do? What happened? What do you think? Added pay-to-win loot box. What's the point of making this game? Is this just a tutorial? No, I'm... Holy, what's going on here? Interesting. This will not happen for you guys. This is just a bug for me. No, I made a game and people got confused about the mechanics of the game on Kasumi. And so I need to make a tutorial. So people understand what the game is about. Good morning, Cakez chat. Good morning, Webbly Wobbles. Yeah, anyway, so this is, when you click on this, it is the... You can't see it because I'm in the way. I'm gonna place another unit here. It is the free item. That shows up like this now. It's not perfect yet. It's gonna still need a tutorial, but now it shows when there's a free item available on a unit. And let's say I go to this guy and I purchase a different item, which you can't see, but I purchased the evergreen cape. It's not gonna show up on this guy because there's nothing he can buy. Right? It's a tier 1 item. Why is this bug only for you? Because what I'm doing in my game is, as a developer, I need to be able to tell how an effect happens over multiple frames, frame by frame. You see this? And so that's why, for me, I can see this in a weird way. It's just a developer tool. And it's not perfectly implemented, but it doesn't matter because you guys won't see it. Let's sell this guy. We don't need this guy. I'm gonna give him range. Ah, now this guy can attack too. Ooh, nice. The chest icon doesn't really make sense. Well, I don't have a better icon. And so for now, I'm gonna use the chest icon because it is a chest that where the item comes from. Your game looks good. Don't listen to other people. Hey, similar. I appreciate it, man. If someone left some extensive critique on your game and without playing, I generally agree with that person. The least given feedback. Wait. Someone left some extensive critique on your game and without playing, I generally agree with that person. The latest given feedback, the most recent. I see. Yeah. Well, I'll look at that in a second, but we're gonna do. Anyways, so I just wanted to show that to you, and also the archers. I'm very proud of the arrow. because I managed to do it in less than a week, guys. You guys remember? I think it looks good when they explode. I don't know. I'm very proud of this. Very, very proud. So yeah, now they don't attack the ranged units, and I actually have to place 2 to block them all, because they get past this guy. He does not block endless amounts, but I need to add a stat here with a good picture to indicate that. Can different enemies have different death animations? For now, it's almost all the same to ease the development. But yes, they will, Shade 11. But for now, no. Right now, there's no point because it's already looking good enough. And when I do the art pass, we're gonna do more death animations. Why one more demo? Because I need to test what it looks like to do... Oh yeah, here's the archers. The arrows. It's really funny. You can now properly see where they shoot. And I'm very proud of this, actually. I think it looks cool and funny. Animations DLC. Yes, yes, you can look at the Tangy's weapon. I mean, I just won, but yes, you can. So, for example, if this guy has a weapon, you can now see the weapon. Archers do not get blocked, no. But yes, you can. I made it so that you see the weapons and the items here, like in all of the slots. They just fill up as you have more. Anyways, yeah, very proud of what I did, actually. You know, it's like... very happy. The explosion blood makes sense for small enemies, but on big enemies it feels like a cost-cutting feature, measure, unpolished. Yeah, but guys. I know, but that stuff is not that important yet, because we first need to fix the gameplay. The gameplay is always the most important thing. In Vampire Survivors, all of the enemies have the same walking animation. It's not even a real walking animation, it's just a sliding animation that was made using a tool. Okay, and I do get your guys, I do understand it. Offhand for Ranger, just say you don't want to animate it, Cakez? No, because it's not important. Listen, I'm gonna show you something, but I'm wasting my time again, like with people that do not understand, okay? When you have like, there's a priority, okay? Let's say you can do A. Oh my God! Sorry? No. But you can do B or do C. But C is the most important because it's what's most important right now. Should I do A or should I do C? Yeah. Thank you, IQ. It is not important enough to be high on the list. Guys, game development is not about making it perfect. Game development is about creating a priority list and then doing that priority list based on the feedback that you have gotten. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. And that's how you can get to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years without ever releasing a game. That's why it's so important to do the right thing at the right time. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. And the thing is, let's say I make a death animation for an enemy, which I did. And then I don't use that enemy because it makes no sense anymore. I have wasted my time. Yes, I'm speaking from experience because I've done this for 2 years. Exactly. 100%. This ability right here, you see this guy right here? Look how I animated this guy. Look how awesome this guy looks. Totally useless. Not using it. This flame animation. Not used at all. Useless. This guy right here will come in handy later, but not using him at all. Doesn't fit right now. Will Birdie be back? I don't know how to do it yet, but maybe not. And so there is so many things that I drew and made that will never be in the game. And so I stopped doing that. Because once I know that something will be in the game for sure, then yes, then I will try to make it as good as possible. And so that's same with the death animation for the rats, for the goblins. It will be the same, and for the bats, it will be the same until I know that I'm gonna keep them in the game and I'm gonna lock it in. That's why people do games. Guys, that's why games get created with placeholder art. That's what placeholder art is for. You get a proof of concept, you make it look somewhat reasonable, and then after you lock it in, that's when you make it look really good. That's when you make it consistent. I did finish the trailer, yeah. Make the bird be owned by an archer and attack sometimes, young from Ragnarok Online. Oh, not only Ragnarok Online, there's also, I think in Ion you had the same, and then you had in Silk Road Online you had that too. There's so many, yeah, birds, and I think in World of Warcraft too. I can put this bird on the whatever that's called, yeah. What was the name of the GigaChat pixel art tutorial guy? I forgot. You mean Adam C. Eunice? He streams on Twitch every day. So like a GigaChat. He's been making his game for, I think, 8 years or something. Unfortunately, not tutorial, the podcast or the interview with Thomas Brush is a bit long. Otherwise, I would watch it on stream. Yeah, my demo's ready. You can play it right now. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'm very proud of the result over the weekend, and cool.
Glad to be back to my favorite Vulkan and
get stuff
Godot
going.
stream.
Yeah, I need to relax a bit, man. I had a hard job
than 5
today.
lines.
It's quite a lot of stuff to do. Let's make some progress and watch the video, because we watched the first part already. Let me find that. And then we're gonna read the tutorial, the feedback. Yeah, you. See. So, gonna pause notifications to make sure that no one interrupts the stream. We watched the first part. He made a game in 5 years. And at the beginning, he didn't really know what type of game he wanted to make. He knew he wanted to make somewhat of a roguelike game, but he didn't know what a roguelike game was because he never played one. Which, if you ask me, why make a game if you have never played that type of game? Feels like you also have to learn the genre as well as learning game development. That's why it took him 5 years. And but the good thing is that after 5 years he actually released the game, which is commendable because most people might actually quit or would quit. Like 99% will quit before even getting to this point. So he has a released game and now he talks about numbers. But before we do, let's see. I think the last time we looked, it was at 20 reviews. Well, I mean, it got to 89 now, which is good. And I'm pretty sure the YouTube video helped a bit as well. All-time peak 53 players, but right now it's only 1 player. Let's see. This is gotta be the YouTube video, maybe not. Yeah, so this is the release. And then it slowly dribbled down. And I think the game released with how much? How many wish lists? If we were looking at the followers. Oh, actually that's a lot. That is 17,000 wish lists somewhat. 25,000 wish lists? That many? He had that many on 17,000 followers only. That's crazy. Wish lists increase a lot after the... Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So he did have, let's say, about 10,000 wish lists on release. Okay, so that's 1,100 followers, something like that. So good amount of wish lists in comparison. I always like to compare stuff. For me, I currently sit at 1,100 wish lists after having my game on Steam for 2 years. And so that is not great, but the wishlist graph is slowly getting steeper as I make updates to the Steam page and to the game. So that's looking good, but I'm pretty sure to get to 7,000 wishlists is gonna take at least till the end of the year at minimum. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna end up at 7,000 wishlists. If we get till October and we do next fest, let's say we end up with 4,000 at most. But if I can't get it any higher, that's the way it is. I think we'll reach 4,000 by October with Steam Next Fest, hopefully. If not, then yeah, we tried our best, it didn't work out. But yeah, let's see how much he earned. If I were to take a guess, it's gonna be like 25k something? 15 euro game? It's actually quite a lot. 25k? How much do you guys think this guy earned? If you get 5k plus, you might get on popular upcoming. 22k. Hi Cakez, happy for your demo. Just downloading it to try it. Awesome, awesome prods. Good luck, man. 30k, yeah. Minus 5k, Azenris? You think minus 5k, if you factor in living costs, it's gonna be minus 100k or something. Because it's 5 years. Always lowball? Alright, I'm gonna say 25k. Let's see.
Hey, what's up guys, it's BenBonk, and around a month and a half ago, I released my indie game, Slimekeep. Which, if you somehow don't know, Slimekeep is a top-down action roguelike where you must kill and capture slimes to stop the corruption that has infected your land. Anyways, in this video, I wanted to break down everything regarding Slimekeep's launch, from my marketing strategy to the game's reception, and of course, how much money I made from launch, because at the end of the day, that's probably what you're here for.
Yeah.
So if you're just curious about the numbers,
can you not use white, please?
On screen, or check out all the timestamps in the description.
Yeah.
However, I'd really recommend watching from the start to fully understand all the context, as I personally think it's really interesting.
That's fine.
But without further ado,
can you stop your smite?
Building up to launch, I slowly started to shift a lot of my time towards marketing Slimekeep instead of working on the game itself. Now, obviously, my biggest marketing tool I had going for me was this YouTube channel you see right now. As you may know, I've been making devlogs on the game's development for the past 5 years, and I'm super grateful to have an audience of you guys who've enjoyed watching the process of me making the game.
Yeah, when I started with YouTube and I made my first devlog, I got like, I don't know, 100 views, and I was like, how can some people get thousands and thousands of views on their devlogs and I get nothing? Yeah. So he got a really good YouTube channel going there.
Now, this was awesome, but I also wanted to market the game in other ways, and ideally have people play the game who have never heard of me or my YouTube channel. So a few months before launch, I spent a ton of hours watching marketing GDC talks, reading blog posts, and developing a $0 budget marketing plan that would hopefully work.
You wrote emails to YouTubers and you got the email lists yourself,
Mainly,
right?
I gathered a massive list of YouTubers and streamers who played similar games to mine in the hope that
Pre-watched.
they would feature the game on their channel.
Holy.
I did this by using tools like Solely Gnome to find Twitch streamers, and just plain YouTube searches to find YouTubers, by searching things like roguelike Let's Play, or insert game here similar to mine, Let's Play. After a few months or so, doing a little bit each day, I had the emails of about 250 YouTubers and streamers.
That's good.
And this list was pretty curated in my opinion. I did my best to find streamers and YouTubers who actually seemed like they might enjoy my game. For example, I didn't want to send Slimekeep
500k, that's crazy.
channel or a channel that covers very different types of games. As for actually reaching out to these influencers, I read a few blog success stories from other games on how they did things in order to hopefully catch the eye of at least a few big YouTubers.
How many?
I knew this would be very difficult and I probably would have a low success rate, but I also knew it would just take one or
How many?
two big YouTubers to make a video on Slimekeep and have their influence cascade down the chain.
Okay.
After many iterations, I drafted up this email template to send out. I started with the Slimekeep logo to hopefully catch people's eyes and introduce myself in the game. I then mentioned
Man, this guy is talking a lot. He could be a good streamer. He knows how to talk. How many?
how I thought my game might be.
That's a decent looking email, by the way. If you write something like that, you gotta definitely make it look awesome.
Up the influencer's alley, and for many YouTubers, I also included a personal note here, as I generally do or did watch many of the creators that I reached out to. I then gave a brief description of the game, a link to the trailer, a free Steam key.
feel like he messed up a little bit here. Hi, my name is Bennett. For the past 5 years, I've been developing a top-down while documenting my journey on YouTube. Who cares about that? I don't... For the past years, I think... I'll show you. I've saved that. Emails. Where is it? Trailer, getting reviews, team pages, marketing emails. Here we go. Good email. Here it is. So the Slimekeep, recently released, for those of you who know the game, very successful game. And this is the type of email they came up with themselves. It is crazy good crafted. Hello, boom, you looted a Steam key. So like straight to the point, right? Straight to the point instead of blabbering. We're contacting you because we are an independent studio about to release Slimekeep Early Access. If you want to venture into absurd epic topic, blah, 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 talking about the game immediately, and then without further ado, Steam key. Slimekeep scheduled, boom. Basically, it's somewhat personal because of the name, and then directly into the action. And probably this is a GIF of the action in the game. And I think that works a little bit better than just talking about your journey. Because I'm going to be honest, if I, let's say if I'm like a normal dude and or let's say I'm a YouTuber, I wouldn't necessarily want to know about the journey of the person. I'd rather just want to know about the game immediately. I don't want to have my time wasted. But again, like we'll see the results, right? He has sent out 250 emails. If he got, let's say, 20 back, that's really good. If he got 20 people playing the game, that's really, really good.
A GIF of some of the general gameplay, and finally some other logistical info. I'm not sure if this is the most ideal email template.
Oh yeah, I just saw something really important. The press kit needs to be in the email as well. Very, very important to keep it. To put it there, because the press kit allows YouTubers to make thumbnails very easily. They don't have to go to Google and search up images. They just have the high quality assets right there for them to use. Very important to put that in the mail too.
I'm no master at this, but I just want to be open and share my process, as I think it's cool to see how this kind of stuff works behind the scenes as a game dev. Anyways, with this strategy ready to go, I started emailing these content creators around 2.5 weeks before launch, sending around 20 emails a day, 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening, as I was really cautious about potentially triggering Gmail spam triggers and didn't want to take any risks. If you're curious, these were the subject lines I switched between using to add some variation to each email and hopefully catch the reader's attention. I also emailed
subject ideas. I see the subject of the email.
Around 10 keys to game journalists who had covered similar games in the past and made a press release on gamespress.com, which I'm not sure if that did anything. Finally, I made a few Reddit posts on popular subreddits and used this tool called Curator Connect on Steam, which I didn't know existed, but figured it wouldn't hurt.
Don't. Curators are scam. I would not send any... If I release my game, I'm not sending any curator any key. Absolutely not. They're just gonna sell them. No.
Now, as for how many YouTubers played the game in their channel...
After we watched that video about the curators, like my... a curator is someone that plays games and rates them for you. But it does nothing. The curator rating does absolutely nothing for you to get to the 10 reviews because you gave them a key, so it's wasted on them. And then usually when you give them a key for free, sometimes they ask for more. And then you have to... If you give them more, they're just gonna sell them on other websites. So... It's a business they make money with, rather than help you. You get basically absolutely nothing.
Channel, how many upvotes my Reddit posts got, and how many press outlets covered the game. I'll get into that in just a second, but for now, let's talk about launch day. I was honestly expecting the launch day for Slimekeep to be one of the craziest days of my life.
Why didn't you say how many you got? Bro, why don't you talk about how many people responded? Did he say? I think he didn't say that, right?
I also emailed around 10 keys to game journalists who had covered similar games in the past and made a press release on gamespress.com, which I'm not sure if that did anything. Finally, I made a few Reddit posts on popular subreddits and used this tool called...
I'm gonna ban you. You're getting annoying, man. Shut up yourself, bro. See you in 20 minutes.
Curator Connect
Holy moly. What's your problem, mate?
But figured it wouldn't hurt. Now, as for how many YouTubers played the game in their channel, how many upvotes my Reddit posts got, and how many
just watched the video today.
I'll get into that in just a second, but for now, let's talk about launch day.
Okay.
I was honestly expecting the launch day for Slimekeep to be one of the craziest days of my life, and while it
He has to be a Steam curator, true, I hurt his feelings.
was pretty hectic, it was also kind of chill. I woke up, fixed some last minute bugs, and then just pressed the release button on the game.
Yeah.
The next few hours, I did all of my day of promotion stuff, such as releasing the recap devlog on this channel, making my Reddit posts, and constantly interacting with my Discord to make sure there were no game-breaking issues. And overall,
Post-launch reception, the numbers. The numbers, finally, okay. But why is he not talking about how many YouTubers answered? Like, I feel like that's very important information. Yeah, and it's really white as well. I don't know why he keeps using the white background.
Way less than I expected, so I was pretty happy overall, and the game seemed pretty playable.
Collector of stuff, see you in 10 minutes when we're done with the video. Bye-bye.
At least
Goodness, these guys.
One concern, though, was that the game was a bit easy, apparently. I don't know. This is something that I've tried to consider for a while now.
I don't understand. When you run playtests, shouldn't they tell you that the game's easy? Or like, did you know that going into the launch? Wait, let me see.
The game seemed pretty playable, at least from
I'm trying not to talk over the video. I agree, yeah.
From what I could tell. One concern, though, was that the game was a bit easy, apparently. I don't know. This is something that I've tried to consider for a while now, as I know for some players this will be their first roguelike, and for others...
Did the game just lag there? Like, what the hell? You see that? Oh, whoops. Look at this. Wait, let's go back. Watch.
One concern,
the UI, when it fades in from the right, seems to lag.
Was that the game was a bit easy, apparently. I don't know. This is something that I've tried to consider for a while now, as I know for some players this will be their first roguelike, and for others this will be their 100th roguelike. But it did seem that I had things a bit too easy at launch, as some people were literally beating the game on their first run, which was not my intention whatsoever.
Oh, I see. Beating the game. It's a roguelike, right? So usually play this, you have to restart. 5,000 Malocs, it's Unity. It's like it's Malocking the UI. True.
So I spent the next few days making some very necessary tweaks to get the game's difficulty and risk-reward system to where I wanted it to be. But in general, besides a few small hiccups, it was a pretty solid launch day.
Awesome.
And I felt optimistic for the
Congrats.
game. Currently, Slimekeep has a 94% positive review score on Steam out of 84 reviews, which don't include copies given to my playtesters and contributors, which total to a bit over 100. This is genuinely way higher and better than I expected, so I'm really glad most people seem to enjoy the game. There were so many positive reviews that really did make my day and make the whole process feel worth it.
Oh, you mean it looks like it lags when the door to the next area opens since it has to generate it? Oh, it should pre-generate that when you're close to the door. It should be enough. You should have enough memory to allocate the previous area and the next area. Let's say it's a linear space. Then you should be able to keep the previous, the next, and the current area in memory at all times. And then when you move to the next area, you keep this area in memory. You slowly deallocate the one that's the furthest away. And then in a separate thread, you already get the next one slowly loaded. That's what I would do. Because you can, right? It should not be that much memory. Like at most, let's say, I don't know, 5 megabytes. Separate thread in Unity? I don't know. Like, that's what I would do. There's many ways to fix it, yeah. There's always people who are going to complain that the game is too hard and people who are going to complain that the game is too easy. Either you make the... No, yeah, user not taken, I agree with you. But let's say you give the game to 100 playtesters. And that's very easy to do. You do a demo version on Steam. Over time, you get 100 different people playing the game. And if you have some sort of feedback feature within the game that they can engage with, they will be able to tell you if it's too easy or too difficult. And you can even, like what I did, very helpful actually. Let me find that here. I made a form and then I asked people, well, did you think the game's too difficult or too easy? And so it is a Google Docs form that I'm linking to from within the game. You can click on this and then you can fill out this form. And I have 16 responses so far. Let me check. I'm always scared that I open the emails and I do not want to leak my testers emails. And let me see here. Like you can click on the, yeah, it starts at the top. You can click on the responses and then it's up to you what you put in here, right? The questions are made by you. And then you can ask, how difficult did you find the game? And so for me, my game is a bit hard to too hard. More than 50% of people think that my game is hard, difficult. And then some people say it's just right. Maybe they've played it before. And you can use this slice. The more playtesters you have, the easier it is to gauge. Well, okay, well, maybe I need to make it easier, or maybe I need to make it more difficult. And so since what I thought, right, my thought process here is he's a big YouTuber. He has a very large pool of people that he can pull from and ask for feedback. So he should have, you can make a game more difficult based on that feedback. And so, yeah. Anyways, I do not want to like, yeah, that's just my opinion, right? I think he should have known that before because of his reach, his online reach. It's very helpful to have so many people help you out. I cannot stress enough how thankful I am for anyone that gives me feedback and helps me out to make the game better. Because the game has gotten a lot better because of you guys. Without you guys, I would not have been able to make the game as good as it is right now. I'm not saying it is crazy good, but it's definitely better than if I had just made it in isolation. It would have been terrible. So yeah, thank you guys. I really mean it. So without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do it.
That being said, I don't know how biased many of these reviews were because the people had seen my videos, and there still was plenty of fair criticism.
I mean, 9 hours, 0.9 hours,
some people had issues with the game's lack of controller support, bright color palette, and some of the design choices, which was totally fair. Also, a lot of the people who left negative reviews only played the game for like 30 minutes on average. Like,
don't you do a black background, man?
What? You can't judge a game and leave a review after playing?
No, this guy got bored too early, which means there was either not enough challenge for him, probably not enough challenge for him, so too easy. Like, you guys, oh my god, it's so bright, man. Goodness. Like, you guys have seen this from Jonas Terroller, right? Let's see, swatches, let's get back color here. This one right here. And then you have the curve, which is perfect, and then this bar right here, and I think fun, essentially. And then over here you have difficulty, and then over here you have, I don't know what that one at the bottom is, but if you have a line that goes too low or too high, this is a difficulty spike. And that causes frustration. And if you have a game that goes like this, then the game is too easy and this is where it's boring. Now, I don't remember this axis here. I know that it's difficulty. I think this is learning. This might be learning. Also, I don't remember that part right here. So yeah. The right amount of D. Anyways, yeah.
For only 30 minutes, but I don't know. I digress.
It was too easy for him.
When creating the game, I knew it wasn't for everyone, as at the end of the day, it's a passion project for me, and it's something that I would want to play myself. So I totally understand it when people say that the game isn't their cup of tea. I was just really happy to see that the game did seem to find an audience that genuinely seemed to enjoy it and look forward to the future. Alright,
and what is the future?
You've all been waiting for, so let's get into it.
25k! How much? The flow state, yeah, the flow state.
Slimekeep has sold 1,751 copies on Steam.
That's 15, let's say 14 euros times 1,751. 24k, then multiply that by 0.7, 17k, then divide that by 2 taxes. 8k. What date was the video released? 2 days ago.
Now, your logical conclusion to this number...
Well, it is 15 euros for me. It's definitely different in other countries, right?
Might be to simply multiply it by $15, which is the price of Slimekeep on Steam.
Yeah.
And hey, I just made over $25,000. But this isn't the full story, so let me break things down a bit. Firstly, not everyone who bought the game kept it in their library. Around 17% of Slimekeep game copies were refunded.
Isn't 10% high? Is 17 a bit high? Wait, is 17... What is the normal refund rate on Steam? 8% is good, yeah? So 10% is normal, 70% is high. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. I thought it was 10% or something, yeah.
This kind of sucked, but...
Oh, yours is 6%. What's your game again, Pixel Helmet?
But from reading about this, it seems typical for games on Steam to have...
No, I'm not selling for 15 euros. This guy's game, Slimekeep, is 15 euros. And so $15 for me. This is, by the way, this is not the right conversion rate. Okay, if we go dollar to euro, yeah, okay, so it's literally 0.8. So if I do $15, this guy is literally scamming me out of almost €2. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
20% of copies refunded, and it's just a price you have to pay. Next up, you have to consider that the game launched at a 20% discount, making it
Guys, I can't make it full screen. It's too wide. I don't know why it's...
instead of 15. And since the majority of game sales occurred during this sale, there goes around another 15.
Bruh. So it looks like this is when the game was removed from popular and upcoming, right?
% of our revenue. Then we also have to consider that not everyone who bought the game paid the full price in US dollars. Steam auto-converts currencies for your game, so for example, someone in Brazil doesn't have to pay a full 2 days of labor just to be able to buy Slimekeep. So there goes another 5-ish% of our revenue. I also have to pay VAT.
Wait, didn't you, like, shouldn't you do localized pricing yourself? Like, if someone has to pay... Huh?
Buy Slimekeep. So there goes another. Steam auto-converts currencies for your game, so for example, someone in Brazil doesn't have to pay a full 2 days of labor just to be able to buy Slimekeep.
I see.
So there goes another 5-ish% of our revenue. I also have to pay VAT, or value-added tax, which from my research seems to be roughly another 9-ish%. So yeah, this number is starting to look a bit less impressive.
Oof.
And well, all of this doesn't even include Steam's 30% cut. Then the final thing to consider is that Slimekeep wasn't entirely free for me to make. I had to pay my composers, pay for some art and game assets, pay for some legal stuff.
I see this guy paid for art too. Yeah, it makes sense. At some point you're gonna do pay for art, unless you're the Stardew Valley guy, which is like, that guy's crazy.
And just a bunch of other random expenses. I don't have an exact number on this, but I'd estimate it to
20K?
be somewhere around $6,000 to $7,000 total of game-related expenses over the course of the past 5 years.
So he made like 5K?
So you can do the math on things and realize that, yeah, it's safe to say that I am by no means a millionaire because of Slimekeep. Now shifting gears, let's look at the results from my mini marketing campaign. Firstly,
thank you.
Something that I didn't
Finally.
really consider all too much was Steam's promotion that they do for you in the days/weeks leading up to your game's launch. Around a week before launch, I had roughly 17,000 wish lists for the game.
Oh wow, that's a lot actually. Crazy. He got 5,000 deletions. Is that normal? That's crazy. Holy. 17,000. It is so high. Damn.
However, since Slimekeep was launching on a Monday, I was lucky enough to get number 2 on Steam's popular coming page for pretty much all of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Damn.
This led to around 2 million Steam-provided impressions,
Holy.
56,000 visits to the Slimekeep Steam page, and 4,000 new wishlists, meaning the game launched with about 21,000 wishlists. Anyways, as for me emailing content creators, I ended up sending out 237 emails.
Finally.
Out of these 237 emails, 30
20.
content creators actually claimed the game on their Steam account.
Damn. 30 even. That's good. So his email is good.
Then out of these 30 content creators, 9 of them created content on the game in the same way through either a Twitch stream or YouTube video. These videos and streams combined got around 25,000 total views, and I should also
It's not that much, unfortunately. Damn. The guy from Miglorn got a lot luckier with this. Cause he had the real civil engineer play his game and made a video of it. Here, I'll show you. It was a really good game too. It is a really good game. He still has it, right? I think I have it on my downloads. Oops. Miglorn here, there we go. This is the developer of Miglorn. We played the game before. And you can see here that he sent out emails to creators. Which it's really difficult to see, unfortunately. But this is 200,000 views. Lucky. Randomly playing the first demo. Result, 500 wishlist. 200,000 people watch this, and then another 100,000 people watch that. And then this is the coverage from 50 emails, 6 videos. And you can see here, 50,000, 38,000, 13,000, 20,000, 40,000. It's quite a lot. And then some other lucky coverage as well. He got over 100,000 easily. Very cool. 2 huge French streamers as well. Very nice. So that's why, I mean, this guy got a little bit unlucky, I guess, with the amount of views he gotten from the coverage.
Also mentioned that my launch day recap devlog received 75,000 views. Overall, it was super cool to actually see people play and enjoy my game on their channel, but I also won't lie, I was still a little disappointed as I was really hoping for at least one big YouTuber to cover the game.
Game looks bad. I mean, you could say that for Miglon too, in a way. This is what the game. Why you not scroll down, man? Listen, zoom out. You can't be serious. Oh, sorry, I apologize. This stupid thing just does not want to zoom out. Okay. This was the first prototype, though. It does look much better now, right? But the idea is still there. You can't be serious, yeah. And so the game does look different now. This is actually how the game looks here on the left. And here as well. It's not everyone's art style is what I'm trying to say. So
unfortunately,
it's
this just
subjective.
didn't really end up happening, so oh well. Though it was still super cool to see all these smaller and mid-sized creators create content on their game, and I really enjoyed watching so many of their playthroughs. Also, I guess it's never too late, so Slimesicle and so many of you other guys, if you see this, please make a video on the game. I know you claim the key, and I think you'd really enjoy it. And if you guys know any other roguelike or indie game YouTubers, please do consider asking them to play the game.
Yeah, awesome.
Out a ton, and there's probably a good chance I already sent them a key in their email, but we'll just have to see how things go in the future. Anyways, emailing content creators wasn't the only bit of marketing I did. I ended up creating 3 Reddit posts, which together got around 500 upvotes. I doubt this really did much, and
that's actually quite a lot. 17,000 views, and the other one, how much was the other one here? 28,000 views, okay.
Upvotes. I doubt this really did much, and I intended to post more.
Nah, because I think you got upvotes from game developers, but not from game players. So how many of those really will play the game? Reddit is a great place to post stuff, but mostly, unless it goes viral and looks really awesome, it's usually just game developers, you know, saying nice things to each other.
Posts kept getting deleted.
Or like talking to each other.
I thought I read each subreddit's rules, but oh well. I also sent keys to 66 curators through Steam's Curator Connect program, in which 6 curators actually reviewed the game, so there's that, but I also doubt this did much.
Nah.
As for emailing the press, out of the 10 emails I sent, one outlet, being rogueliker.com, covered the game.
Okay.
This was honestly even more than I expected, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So was Slimekeep's launch a success? Well, I'd have to say yes and no.
I would say yes, because you released. You have gone through the entire process, you gained a lot of experience, and you didn't quit. And so now you can be on your journey to make your next game. So I would congratulate him, guys. Really good stuff, man. Congratulations. Most people spend this amount of time and they get no sales at all. So really awesome to see that he's gotten to a point where he can release, finish, and earn money, even if it's not much. Like, we can't all make Vampire Survivors, right? So I think that's awesome.
But mostly yes. The game had a generally very positive reception, and I learned so much from working on the game. Although financially, it's hard for me to classify Slimekeep as a quote-unquote success, as with its current revenue, I was likely making 10 to 20 cents an hour, pouring my heart and soul into the game over the past 5 years.
Hey, my man, it's better than zero, bro. It's better than, listen, man, 20 cents, you do that for 10 hours, you have €2, you know, you can buy yourself a drink or something, you know, listen, man.
And if I'm being honest, money is something that's really hard for me to talk about with game dev. When talking to someone for the first time and telling them about my game, almost every single time one of the first questions I get is, how much money did you make? As if it is the ultimate indicator of the success.
Yeah, and then you have to tell them that you spent 4 years on the project and you earned $0, and they're like, ah, okay. And then they stop talking to you because you didn't earn any money. Yeah, I know.
Of a project. On one hand, I don't really care about making money from my games that much. The goal of making a bunch of money was never consideration when starting.
I would love to, you know, just live off game development though, so I do care, yeah. Maybe you don't, but
project 5 years ago. I wanted to make a game that I was happy with myself and that others can enjoy, as game development does feel like creating art to me.
Just tell them you made it for a week? Nah, man.
But at the same time, I won't lie. I'm human, and I think it would be super cool to make money from my games.
Of course.
Not so I could go spend it
It's
all
normal.
on other things, but more so that I could have financial freedom for my future.
Yep.
I always had those thoughts in the back of my head, like maybe this game will make me a millionaire, even if I knew that was super unrealistic and only happens to the top 1% of the top 1% of game developers.
Oof.
But hey,
Yeah.
those are what you always hear about in the media, and all these crazy success
The sole developer of Lethal Company earned 33 million. Ooh,
stories,
damn.
which I fear can lead newer developers to have unrealistic
Stardew Valley.
expectations. So that's a big reason why I made this video. At the end of the
Stardew Valley is just amazing, man. Like, the more I see from Stardew Valley, the more impressed I am. It's every time I look at Stardew Valley, it looks better. It's so awesome. The pixel art is so good. And I think the reason why the game is so good too is because I think, now I could be wrong here, but I think he hand placed every single tile in the game. If I'm wrong, that's fine, but I'm pretty sure he didn't use anything like dual grid or stuff like that. He literally hand placed all the tiles himself. Everything. You wrong? Yeah, you sure? Doesn't look like it though. Like, I know what the dual grid system is. I've done auto tiling myself, and the game does not look like it. It can be, it might be. It might be. I'm not averse to that. But looking at the game, most of the tiles are hand placed.
you have unrealistic expectations, so that's a big reason why I made this video. At the end of the day, I'm really happy with the game I created, even if the profit was a little less than ideal. I guess I just thought my YouTube channel might have a bigger influence than it actually ended up having, and
I think the reason why, it's difficult to say. I'm not like, this type of game does not appeal to me, so I can't really tell why. I would have to say appeal, but he got like 22,000 wish lists, so it shows that there's appeal. I don't know.
so that
Price,
is everything else.
it might be the price as well. Yeah. Why would I play 15 euros for such a game? Even 10, you can argue, but I think 10 would be better. And so it might have been, it's difficult to do that as a game developer, guys, because if you price your game too low, you will not earn enough money, even if you sell a lot of copies. It's difficult to say. I think 30% cut is fair. Yes. Using all of the Steam features, 30% cut is more than fair. You think it would be a €5 game? I don't know, man. It depends. It is definitely fair. Steam does give you multiplayer too. You can create lobbies. You can make multiplayer games just with Steam servers. You can do so much. You don't have to use it, but you can. And you're still paying the 30%. No, 15 is not fair.
Has been a huge learning experience for me to use in my future games. And genuinely, just reading all the positive comments and hearing people talk about how they enjoyed the game more than made up for any financial disappointment I could have ever had. Plus, it's not like this is the end of Slimekeep. I
Yeah.
still plan to release updates this summer, and the game currently
And you're gonna make a new game?
stands at 26,000 wishlists. So maybe we'll get some more conversions when the game goes on sale again, or if a big content creator randomly decides to
Oh, also, is the game early access? Or it's actually released, so it's not early access, okay.
cover the game. So that's everything you might be curious about regarding Slimekeep's launch. If you thought my story was interesting, go buy Slimekeep, or at least consider giving it a wishlist, as either would help me out a ton. Anyways, thanks as always for watching. Thank you to everyone who has purchased and played the game so far.
Good stuff.
I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Congratulations! My man! Yeah, this guy has a very distinct style of making YouTube videos, which
Hey, what's the
might
guy-
be... Yeah, you can see all his thumbnails are always the same, right? So you can... It creates a brand on YouTube, which people like to come back to. But I think it's also problematic, because when looking at the game and the gameplay, I feel like it just doesn't have enough appeal to actually play it. At least for me, it's subjective. That's all I could say. And then let's look at the reviews. How long are people playing? 4 hours, good. 1.4 hours, okay. 7 hours, really good. 9 hours, very good. 12 hours, 0.7, 13, 0.6, 2, 0.8. I mean, it's... Some people really play it for a long time. That's good. Huh? Oh, this was a playtester. This was a playtester for sure. There's no way he played this for 4,000 hours. This is a playtester. Okay, holy my god. Is that him? Ben Bonk? Ah, it's him. Oh, of course, it's himself. Okay, that makes sense. 6 hours. Ooh, 0.2. 18, that's good. 0.7, 5, 5, 1, 7, 2, 4, 5. Okay, 2 hours, 20 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours. I'm just trying to get an idea of how long people are playing. I wish he made it possible to adjust the color scheme. Noita is 18.99. The reason why Noita is so expensive is because which other game does what Noita does? I don't think you can compare the two, man. And also Noita does not have just one color. Noita is insanely beautiful too, man. I don't think you can really compare these two, bro. I don't know why you would compare these two. It's a totally different type of game. And just one image looks crazy good. Just look at this image. There's bloom here. The ground looks amazing. The green glow, the green ground stuff. That is the point, Cakez. Oh, you mean, I see the point is that Noita is 18 euros and this game is 50. I see what you mean. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. This is 15, which is only 4 euros less. And if Noita is on sale, then it's gonna be less money than this game. And comparatively, subjectively speaking, of course, if we were to take a look at oh my god, that looks amazing, yeah. I mean, it does, there is a huge difference for sure. Because you can only do so much with just green, right? With different hues of green. Or different, not hues, different levels of green. But anyways, like, I'm still happy that he released it. And so that means that he is a true game developer rather than just a YouTuber who, you know, makes games for cloud, which is awesome. So yeah, congratulations. I really think that he...
Hey, what's up guys, it's Ben Bonk, and around
it's his first game, right? So you do learn a lot in your first 5 years. And so it does take a long time to get to a point where you can make commercially viable products. This is the video. If you guys would like to support him, here it is, guys. Watch the video on 1% volume, maybe on another tab if you're coming from here, and support him that way. If you watch the full video, while it's not muted, it gives him very good stuff. The algorithm thinks the video is very good and then it promotes it to more people. That's how you can support him if you come from here. Noita seems too inexpensive for how good and how many hours fun you can get from it. I need to play Noita. Yeah, it does look so good. It is true, yeah. It makes me want to make my lighting again. Do lighting again. But it's gotta be bloom, right? This is bloom. 100%. This is bloom. Right, guys? This is bloom. Correct? Yep, bloom. Okay. Wow. Holy. I want to make a game like Noita just for fun in the future. But, oh my goodness. That's crazy. By the way, is there even a story in Noita, or are you just running around collecting stuff in the world? Don't spoil me anything, okay? Like Noita? Yeah, like the pixel, basically being able to destroy all the pixels on screen. Like I shoot a bullet on a wall. No story, okay. I shoot a bullet on the wall and it destroys the wall and all of the pixels fall down. That's what I mean by I want to make a game like Noita. I want to learn how to do that because it's basically physics simulation for a gazillion pixels on screen. I would assume this is 640 by 360. Is that correct? Is that the resolution of Noita? Looks like it. Noita. 720. Excuse me. By default, the game is set to 720p windowed. Is it 720p then? Are you gonna do that Rift clone experiment at some point, Cakes? Yes, but it might be in like 2-3 weeks. Cause it could be that I'm gonna go on vacation to Albania because my wife's dad is celebrating his birthday there, and so they booked all of the tickets and stuff like that. And of course I have to go too. I would love to stay here, of course, but yeah. Falling sands physics, basically. Yeah. There is a story. The whole premise of the game is to find the secrets of the world. Whoever said it doesn't have a story haven't beaten the game yet. Okay. Unironically, programming competency is one of my strongest motivators. I also get this kind of spark when I see systems like Noita. Yeah, it's about learning this, right? How can you do that? And then since you do like a prototype of the game, you're obviously not gonna make Noita yourself, but you make a prototype and then let's say you do that 5 more times with other different types of games. At some point, you just come up with a solution yourself and make your own game that is a mix of these parts of each of these games, because you have experience, you did it before. Yeah, that's how it happens as well. Yeah, that's cool. You can barely make it to D. You can barely make it to D. Cakes. It works perfectly on Linux via Proton. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Good to know. Well, the links won't work, I'm pretty sure, but otherwise, thank you. Truth hurts? Yeah, just wait. Just wait. Okay? I'm learning. I'm getting better. Thank you, IQ. I'm gonna look at that later. That's a bit odd. It's definitely fishy. It's like the third account, you know. I don't understand what's going on there. Like, I'm tired of... Actually, okay. It's a bit odd. Definitely odd. Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. Like, 2 accounts I can understand, but the third one? Like, what? Alright, there was a feedback on the game, about the game on Discord, which, is it from IO or from Free Space? I read Free Space's feedback already, but I didn't have time to write down stuff. What's the next game's genre you're gonna do after TD, Tangy TD, Cakes? I don't know yet. I'm definitely gonna play around with different types of games, making prototypes for, let's say, 1 to 2 weeks. I think that would also be interesting streaming content. We get to explore many different types of games together from ground up in, let's say, many different programming languages and engines, and to get a feel for what I would like to do as a small project. And then after that experiment, I'm gonna dive into Gothic here. But I will make a small game in between and put it on Steam. Yes. Unity Arc. Yeah, and so what we will do in that part, right, is we're gonna make small games, upload them to itch first, get feedback, upload them to all of them to Steam, do demos, and then ultimately release them if I can. But 2 weeks might not be enough. But I'm definitely gonna put all of them on itch. And then some of them on Steam, depending on how well they do. Just to get better at finishing games. It's not gonna be 10 more years, guys, but it's just, guys, it's part of learning. It's important. Let me unpause notifications. Hades, Fire, and QCL Epic thank you very much for following, and thank you very much for subscribing, QCL. I appreciate that. Let me unpause notifications. 2 weeks. What did you use to make your game? C++ and DirectX. Do you need to pay 100 euros for each game? Yeah, if I put it on Steam, yes.
Am
Are
I
you
so
British?
out of
No,
touch?
I'm not.
No.
CXL_epic just subscribed.
Appreciate it, bro. Happy belated New Year. Happy belated New Year to you too, bro. It's like in the middle of the year, man. It's half year. Okay, let's see. Let's read Free Spaces thing first. The game is okay, but missing a lot of polish, balancing, and content. While I was able to beat the boss, it did not feel good as it required considerable. Yeah, the boss is in the wrong place. We need a new map. Started getting money from random chests. Yeah, you had all of the items, and so that basically is an indication of terrible balance and progression. So basically the game is too hard, it ramps up too quickly. I have gotten that from many other people as well, and I have another map in the works, and I will definitely nerf the goblin boss too. He needs to be nerfed. The boss was too easy. Yeah, if you know what to do, the boss is easy. I can kill the boss with 1 unit, by the way. No joke. I can kill the boss with 1 unit. But I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Like, I know these things because I've played the game a lot. But for new players, no, it's not mage. For new players, it is way too hard. Nice balance. Yeah, so there will always be imbalanced stuff in a game like this. It's the same for Path of Exile. The fun part is figuring out the different ways to beat the game. And so as long as I, the developer, find multiple ways to beat a boss, and it's not too difficult for people that play for the first time, and since I'm getting feedback from people that play for the first time, I can make the game easier. If I see, let's say 5 ways, 10 ways to beat the boss, that's fine. That's the way I want the game to be played. I don't want one strategy, I want multiple. And there will be some strategies and some builds that are way overpowered, but that's fine, because I think finding an overpowered build, creating one yourself, is the fun part. That's exactly why people play Path of Exile. If I play PoE, my goal is to obliterate the screen. And so I want to build something similar in this game. And so that's a subjective opinion, and that alienates quite a few people, but that's what I want. And there will be enough people that like this too. Let's see, a death ball of 2 defenders and healer. A mage cannot afford strategy that worked for me. I cannot afford, as you can afford is the only strategy. Yeah, for you, that's true. And that's because the boss is too hard in its current state. That is correct. The art feels inconsistent. Yeah, complete in many areas. Plain art. Soul, no way to animate the water. No, not yet. Later. The UI UX also needs a lot of work. I've seen all my complaints already in other posts. Yeah, I know. I'm working on that. Having to grind for meta progression does not feel good. Yeah, meta progression in its current state is boring, and I have a cool idea on how to improve it, and that will be implemented in the next couple of weeks. The meta progression power-up system sucks at the moment. And so I'm gonna have to rethink on how I want to do that, yeah. It is useless at the moment. It's very expensive and doesn't give much power. I'm toying with the idea of Kingdom Rush type power-ups. A lot of library upgrades also are also not directly increasing your power. Yeah, that sucks, I know. It currently feels like there's not much strategy involved, as the maps do not have the long, complicated paths, and the ranges are too short. Yeah, the ranges were too short, yeah. So that the blocked lines on side are not a problem at all. When I lost, I never had the feeling that I could have done it better. Yeah, because it's too difficult. At least after seeing all rounds, and the flying units in round 9, they suck, is too many, I know. The amount of beds is too high. The enemies fighting back, which I feel is part of the game's identity, does not feel like a real challenge. 2 defenders with a healer without items are enough to tank everything on the boss level. True. Because the enemies are not tough enough yet. Yeah, and so I need to do a better job balancing this and creating enemies that do a lot of damage that requires smarter placement, for sure. I think any balancing should make individual Tangis more valuable and stronger, making them feel more like heroes, less than spammable towers. I'm working on that. It's a constant balance, but all I can say is that compared to the previous versions, the powers you gain by upgrading your units have increased. If they are in the right spot, that's arguably not true yet. They can still be more powerful with upgrades, sorry, but it's getting there. So by playing, I feel the power upgrade. I feel the power of the upgrades much more than I did before, which is great. Isn't DirectX not so good for 2D games? No, it should be good. Country? I'm from Germany, bro. Why would DirectX not be good for 2D games, man? Okay, let's see. Where was I? Maybe we are increasing. You can place. Items need to get much stronger for what they cost to make them viable. Yeah. I'm looking at each item in isolation and try to get an idea on how to make it stronger. There are some items and many items that are not that great and balanced yet. That's true. I only bought items after I ran out of space and started to feel silly to build more enemies. Build more as enemies never reach the later ones. I mean, it depends. For the defender, you might be correct here. The sword is quite a lot of money. 100 oranges for a sword. Does not feel good for the defender. And so meta progression reducing this by 20% that you spend, let's say, 3 stars on. 80, now it costs 80 oranges to get a sword is already much cooler than and much more viable than it costing 100. The skill tree giving passive buffs feels like too much meta progression. I can see why, and your idea is to just have the skills locked behind tiers. Starting a second path. Yeah, and so I know about this. My idea for the skill tree is locking the second tier of upgrades behind the hero level. So the moment I reach level 5, I can make my tier 1 abilities level 2, but I could also train any tier 2 ability. It does not need to be connected to any other node previously. It's actually not connected at all. It will just unlock the ability to train tier 2 abilities now. But we'll see how I'm gonna implement that. There's other ways to do it too. We'll have to see. I think having connections between the skill paths could be a solution, but I think it would feel much better as the paths are very... I don't think it would feel much better. It depends. It depends. I know that the paths are specialized, but you can still go for bleed even though you don't have the bleed path enabled. An idea could be to have a large skill tree in PoE with passives, and then skills are like a separate unlocks like in Bloons. Yeah. You could do that too. And then the big skill tree applies to all trees. That is a cool idea, actually. Like, this is the one thing that I think is one of the best suggestions. A really good suggestion, actually, for the game. I want to put that into gameplay here. Thank you very much for this, Mr. Free Space. Really good stuff, man. Cakez. So more like lanes of tiers. So you grab a tier 1, then any tier 2. What about having 2 tier 2s? How would that work? Well, much like it would work now. Let's say this guy has all of the tier 1 abilities and then all of the tier 2. Or let's say this. Let's say he has all of the tier 1s. You choose one tier 1 ability and then you choose another tier 2 ability. You can choose which one to pick. You choose 1 out of 3. And so you can create one that does split arrow with the poison cloud, but you could also create one that does the piercing shot with the explosive arrow. And now it is my job to try to create some synergy between these, and that will be an ongoing process. And synergy between these will be difficult to do, but yeah. You could still pay skill points for multiple tiers. Yeah. So you can still, obviously, right? You can still get all of the tier 2s. You just require level 5 to train tier 2s. And then you can get passives here as well if you want to. Or maybe the passives are actually on a ginormous skill tree. But then again, let's say the ginormous skill tree for all Tangerines gives me an additional projectile. Where is it? Here. I get an additional... Where's a projectile? Yeah, I get an additional projectile on the big skill tree. That's gonna be really difficult to balance. Really, really difficult. And then if I have this big skill tree... KCO in here, yeah, I think... because like this is the first part or the first time, and so this is where as game developer you need to make a decision, right? Which feedback do you take in and which feedback do you ignore? Because so many people told me that they actually like the skill tree, apart from having to commit to one lane. And so being able to now switch between the paths depending on the level of the Tangerine, or depending on how many skills you allocated. Let's say, right, you have allocated 5 nodes in the first tier. Then in the second tier you could start allocating nodes, and these are not connected. So you can spend 5 points here, and then you unlock the second tier. You spend 5 points here, so that would be 10 in total. You can now spend points in the tier 3. And so that would still lock it behind level 15. But you can switch. You can go to the top part here, then you can go to the bottom part, and then the tier you could go to the top again. And so I think that's a great change. But about removing the passives, I think this is the one instance where, since people really like the passives, this is one instance where we have to say, okay, well, let's ignore that for now. Keep it at the back of our head, but precaution, right? Would you recommend making a CLI game to test out a game idea? What is a CLI game? Command line interface game? How would that work? No graphics at all? I don't know how that would work. I mean, at least have quads. Now, I would recommend making a game with very simple graphics to test out a game idea. Or get yourself consistent looking pixel art from the internet and then use that. Get yourself one hero, 5 enemies that fit together, and you have yourself a game. Haven't you played Zorg? No, I barely played any games. I don't know, like, how can you test a game with only text unless you want to make a text-driven game? Spend 600 hours making custom 3D assets for your Mario clone. Yeah, like you should start with assets from the internet, get a game idea going, put it out to people as a test, see how the reception is. If it's good, slowly start to develop the game further and build it out based on the feedback. And then if some people want to see different art, that's when you start replacing the art. Let's see, target priorities feel useless. Correct, yes. Right now, there is not much impact targeting different types of units, because there is no, if we were to take a Bloons example, there's no Moab type units that need to be focused by a specialized unit that only needs to focus them. Like, for example, the sniper monkey in Bloons would want to target the Moab class enemy because he specializes in defeating strong enemies. I don't have a situation like that in my game, and so far the best thing to do is to have a target priority set to the first enemy that is closest to the exit, and that works best. That is correct. but not important enough right now. I will write it down. It needs to change for sure, but for that we need to have different types of enemies first. Target priority is part of gameplay. Introduce... how do we call that? Not VI, but high value targets. Something like that. Like, for example, a ranged unit that does a lot of damage, and then you target ranged units or something. Hey, Jesse, good morning. How goes the dev? Good, good, good. Working on feedback, writing down stuff into a list of things to do, and yeah, slowly developing the game, man. I suppose you might want to select. No, I will never have that in my game. Absolutely not. It's just for that purpose. Maybe if I get all of the other stuff done, but for now, that is so unnecessary that no. Attack range is too small for it to have a meaningful impact. Yeah, I doubled the range already, AQ. Cakez, is it a good idea to write your own programming language, then write my own game engine, then make my own game? You know the answer to that, bro. Catapult monkey from Bloons, where the projectile has a very long lifespan and infinite PS. Yeah. Like the stuff like this. What I need is stronger hero design. Each hero needs to have their own theme. Sure, man, go make your programming language. And then you should also make your own compiler for that. I mean, since, yeah, of course. Let me see here. I mean, isn't it designed for 3D games, and would it be overkill for 2D games? Yeah, I used OpenGL before, but it didn't work very well because the error messages were very cryptic and difficult to understand. I once thought about paying people the money so they can buy and boost the Steam algorithm. Is that a valid method? Sorry for repost. No. You should look at your game on Steam. It gets impressions. Steam is advertising your game every day. You should look at the impressions and look at the wish lists you get over a month. Naturally. And if you get one wish list a month, then your game is lacking. And putting more money into it will be a waste of money, because the game does not change. So no, you are wasting your money if you do that. I've given money to people and play and write reviews. I did it for maybe 30 people. Not all did a review though. You need to get 10 reviews quickly, so it's a good idea. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because then you get 10 reviews, your Steam pushes your game because you get your first 10 reviews, but you're missing the opportunity to attract a large audience because your game sucks. And then you just wasted 30 bucks. Wow, however much you pay them. 300 bucks, 10 bucks each person for a review. It's a waste of money. You need to see if your game is actually good, then you can start putting money into these things. But if your game is good, you don't need to do that because you're gonna get the 10 reviews anyways. So why? If you have a good game, you don't need to pay people to play it because they're gonna play it naturally. And you get your 10 reviews like that. It's not gonna be an issue at all. And the first indication of your game being somewhat marketable is when you upload a Steam page or a itch.io page and people engage with the game because it looks good. And then when they play the game, they spend a lot of time in the game because it plays well. That is a good indication of, oh, I see, my game is good. If you don't have that, you should not spend any money on that game, on marketing. It's gonna be a waste of money. And please do not be... How do you say that in English? Please do not be... You know how people use fear to their advantage to make you do things you wouldn't otherwise do? Like the fear of missing out. So let's say if you don't do this, you FOMO, yeah. If you don't do this, your game is gonna fail. It's manipulative, yeah. And so do not get fear-mongered into spending money by some people on the internet because they say that you need to market your game and you need to do this and that. That's the worst part. I'm too anxious to not boost. You shouldn't do that at all. Look at your game on Steam over 1 month. Look at the wish lists. If you get 10 wish lists in a month, your game lacks appeal. If you don't have a demo version out, because maybe it's not ready yet, which can happen, and you just have a Steam page without anything that people can play, and you get 10 wish lists, some people get even less, but let's say you get 10, then your game does not look good from the outside, and people click off faster than very fast, and Steam stops advertising your game so much. They're still gonna advertise it, but at a lower rate. And so less people come in, more people leave and stuff like that. It's a bad cycle. So now you need to work on making your game more appealing, which is difficult to do as well. Piss off! Fear works for me. I got scammed by paying for Instagram Showcase, which I learned just a bit later is botted account Limao. That's how you learn, man. At least you learned, bro. You know, you got yourself an expensive... I mean, depending on how much you spend. Yeah, it's a learning experience, right? You should be thanking him, because he made you learn now not to do it anymore. Yes. People need to get scammed in order to learn sometimes, yes. Happens all the time. That's why people do it. So don't do it. Don't spend any money on it. You don't need to. What you should be spending money on if your game looks like ass and you can't draw for shit is spend money on an artist and make it look better. That's what you could do. Yes, if you don't have a playable game out yet. Anyways, let's see here. So this is from IO. Just download and read the playtest. Playtime 2 hours. This is my general impression. Some of the stuff probably already posted here, but I did my best to go in blind. I mainly watch your streams in the background except reacts. Oh, so I barely remember the game itself. I see, so this guy's a React watcher. Nice, hello sir. Hope you liked the earlier React, that's cool. Labels when hovering over button. Shortcuts as well on hover. I know they appear on some stuff, like healing ability without hover. Yeah, okay. Make scroll bars clickable, draggable. I understand it's a pain, but do it properly. I don't want to do it, man, because it sucks, bro. Like, implementing this is so annoying. This will be so far down the list of things to do. I'll write it down, but I'm gonna test something. It's another update, of course. This guy has a gazillion updates every day. Holy. Keeps updating the game, man. I did not repair the hotkeys yet, which is why the game is not updated yet. I'm still working on it. This guy has it too. Ah! I thought he didn't have it. God damn it, he has it too. God damn it, I thought he didn't have it. Okay, what if I... Ah, I see it just... How is it implemented? Interesting. He just edited Cakez? Ah, damn it. He has it here too. Ah, man. Okay, fine. I get it. It's okay. What a deal. Fine. Next. Healing ability is hard to understand at first. At least it has hover text. General intuitiveness. There's nothing indicating you can click your heroes and purchase stuff. Stuff like a slowdown, speed up, being space is good, but again, back to showing shortcuts in a hover tooltip. Oh, you mean when I hover over this, it shows me that I use the space bar? It's just Unity UI, it happens automatically. Yeah, I mean, but it's in the game. I mean, it's very far down the list because that's the first time someone talks about this. And I've gotten like close to like 80 or 90 feedback posts already. So that's 1 out of 80. But hey, okay, we can put it on the list, but it's going to be very far down. I don't know. Should I really put like space bar as a tooltip on the button? 1, 2, 3 is speed hot. I think still it's written down, but I don't know yet. I need to build the system first. I can't believe that the game like Vampire Survivors got so popular. The reason why it's popular is because it's very engaging. There's no dull moment in the game. It keeps you on your toes the entire time. You're glued to the screen. It's a fun game, yeah. And so that's what I meant earlier with you don't need to have crazy animations and crazy like UI stuff, all of that. It's not needed. You just need to have a very fun gameplay loop. And so the longer I've been making games, the more and more that is clear to me. And so when people write me stuff like this, I can understand it. But if I can make the game more enjoyable while you are in here, you know, upgrading units, defending waves, then that is more important than a button hover. Because the button hover is secondary, or like it's so far down the list of importance. And so we do not want to waste our time. We've done this enough. No, my game didn't start as a web game on itch. No, that's true. I'm actually thinking of trying to convert it to a web game just to have it on itch. But I think that would be too much work. I would need to support Emscripten as a rendering backend, and I don't know how much control I have over shaders. And we are currently GPU bound, so let's say someone plays it on the browser, I'm pretty sure it would just lag. To be honest, I think it will just lag, because we are GPU bound. It requires a lot of GPU power to do the lighting, for example. I would make some general system where you attach tooltips next to an element and then mouse over a UI element. For more like 1 to 2 seconds it will show it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hovering tooltip for pressing the spacebar? Why don't you have an options menu? I mean, I need to look at popular games to see, like, I really don't know. Because, again, it's far on the list. It will be, I'll keep it on the list, but it's very far down in priority. Appreciate it though. Let's see. The way you find and equip items is non-intuitive. Yeah, I know that. That's the more, see, like, if we talk about this compared to this, this is 10 times more important. Maybe 20 times more important than this. And what would happen in the past when I was more inexperienced or less experienced, I would do this because it was easier to do. And I thought it was more important as well. But this is more important. Really, really important, because that's the core gameplay loop. Finding and equipping items. That's what you do the entire time. Every map, you equip items, you buy them, you find new items, you're looking for new items, you're combining these. It doesn't get auto-equipped. You choose where to equip it. It is a free item. And 1 unit gets it for free. But I have another idea for a roguelike version of this where once you find a chest, you start out with 0 items. You have a very long map, so many rounds. And you're gonna find lots of chests, and the moment you find a chest, all of the units get the sword. And then you have your tier 1 sword locked in for the defenders for this round. And then the moment you find another item like relics, like relics. And let's say there's 3 tier 1 relics that you can find, but they only fit in 1 slot. You find that 1 relic, you're not gonna get another one of that type. You're gonna get a different type. So tier 1 sword, 5 possible, find 1, all of them get that 1. The other 4 you cannot get anymore this run. And so you have to restart the run to get that. That's how I'm gonna do my endless mode. Exactly like that. That will be the endless, not DLC, that will be the endless mode for early access. Yep. That will be the rogue-like aspect of the game. And I think it's gonna be really fun, because it's more intuitive than the base game, let's say, the story game, where you keep the items and then you purchase them. You decide which items to purchase. I thought you actually got to what you found in the chest. Yeah, so 90% of people think this. Because it's not communicated, which is why we need a tutorial. Yes. This is the important part. See here? Like relics, only on endless? Yeah, only on the endless mode. And I need to... Basically what I want to do is I want to build 1 endless mode for each biome. So, and that will be a lot of work. But let's say for the forest biome, I'm gonna spawn only forest themed creatures like goblins and stuff like that. And it's gonna be, I don't know, endless, I guess, right? And then on the ice biome, I'm gonna build the same, but for ice creatures. And so mostly it will most likely be just a replace. The same idea, but replacing it. And for that, in order to do that first, we need to play Gnomes, the game Gnomes, because they do that. And I think they do that very well, which is why the game's so successful. So this one right here is gameplay, and really important. Needs to be here. The way you find items, finding items. Thought you actually got what you find in chests. There we go. So thank you very much for this. I really appreciate that. That's very important. It took a long time for this to be clear, but now it is. Hello Soulform, by the way. Good morning. I think if you pushed the upgrades into the map completed / failed screen, it would clear up any confusion. You mean the items? You can only get items? Since you find items during play, it seems reasonable to think that the upgrade is only for the map. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, and yeah. Are you planning? How much did you make, Cakez? I have not released my game yet. That is from creator. I'm gonna remove it from the title now, though. We watched a video of someone doing that. Let me remove that from the title. It was this guy right here. Ben Bonk, you might know him, like from YouTube devlogs. He released this game and he didn't make that much money, like comparatively to how much time he spent. So coding tutorial, there we go. Oh, by the way, Slain Skyto, Pepsi, and Sarge, thank you guys for following. During play, you could have show a toast notification. You have earned a reward chest. But it feels so good to have a free item, man. Bunky, thank you very much for following too. Are you going to add background stories to the different characters classes? Yeah, later. Like that's like 100th the importance of this. But yes, at some point for sure. At least it gets auto-equipped on a random unit, but then there's all the weird stuff with you can buy one for free, but then you have to pay money for the other units. All in the same interface. Also, it's very unpleasant when the chests let you have a random free item before you unlock it. But afterwards it always costs gold. Meta progression, blah. Check out the game, Gnezia. Thank you. I'll do that. Do I have meta progression stuff here? Kingdom Rush type rounds. Actually use preview Kingdom Rush a lot. Sound effects when round go rolling goo problem. I think I fixed that. But we'll keep it for now. Indicator for flying enemy path. Change skill tree. Yeah. Meta progression. Let me find this. Do I have something for inconsistent? Shop does not communicate. Reset. Guys, when you see meta progression, let me know it, right? Options menu. Close modal. Updating abilities. Tooltips. Can you see meta progression anywhere? Cakes fate feedback. It's good to have one for free. Items are good in terms of buying them. Remove meta progressions. New skills. /skills is meta. New items /skills is meta. Make it equipped to relic for Tangy Journey. No, the thing is, it doesn't work like that, guys. Placing defender text tutorial. Yeah. Bigger boss drop. Where's the meta progression part? Hold. Anyways, I'm just gonna put meta progression sucks here. There we go. No! Hate fat fingering, sorry. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is not the first time I get this feedback, though. But the items are... It's fun to get a free item. You know? The game is also a roguelike meta progression, but it has something called Hero Soul mode. Hero Soul is an optional mode which basically only lets you save the highest meta currency you ever got from a specific difficulty level. What this means is rather than mindlessly meta progressing, spraying drool over the keyboard while brainlessly killing mobs, you actually get to have a goal. You get the highest possible gold from each individual area. I wish you could implement something similar in this game and balance it around. I'll have to play the game to test, I don't know. Because the current meta progression is the type of brain rot slop that makes you not buy roguelikes. Since it removes any value from the game's skill and places it on grinding. I understand the current balance requires a lot of gold, so no, it's imbalanced. That's why you hate it. Because it's imbalanced, the meta progression sucks. It's not interesting. That's just it. Like, it has nothing to do, like, it might be a good idea, but all of that has nothing to do with this. Seriously, play... okay, I'll try. No, I'm not looking at that collector stuff. Give me a second, my wife's calling.
That's a
Daddy, chill.
retard. Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm back. I read this right. He's he is tried to validate his stuff instead of putting his shoes on the player. Crazy shit. I don't know why you think that, because I've literally been writing down so many things that completely will change the game. But maybe you don't realize, but the job of a game developer is to distinguish between feedback that's gonna make the game better and feedback that might fit one person but will alienate 90% of the player base that you've cultivated. You need to be careful not to change the game in a way to fit one player, because that one player wants it. If you were to do that, let me show you something. No, your feedback has been great, bro. It's fine. Let me see. Steam. The king is watching. Hopefully it still shows up, because you need to be so careful. If you take a look at this game, okay? The King is Watching is one of the most highly anticipated indie games on Steam. It has literally one of the best demos that you could ever have, demo pages. It has over 1,000 reviews and almost honing in to 1,100. Now, is the game perfect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you can see that. I saw that on the announce page, for example. Actually, no, that's not true. I think it was community. How can we see that? Let me find that first. Now, I'm wasting my time engaging with this. But where is it though? Where do I find? Is it just community? Do you click here? No, but that's all community. Wait, maybe it's through Steam. Let me find that. You click here and community hub. Yeah, it's got to be this. Discussions on the right side. Here. Terrible demo. No instructions, no idea what's going on. Doesn't say how to create, units defend, removed from watch list. You're gonna have these things. Now, is the game terrible? No, it's not. It's one person. You need to make sure that you're not stuck in a cycle of changing it to everyone's needs while not appealing to your core audience. You need to be so careful with what you take, and you need to validate actually, is what this guy is saying true, and how can I fix it in a way so that I don't alienate my core audience. Okay? And so I'm not bent on keeping my design. No, I'm bent on developing a core audience. And my core audience will most likely be Path of Exile enjoyers. The people that go into a skill tree and unselect one node and select another node to get a little bit more power. And so I will alienate a lot of people with that complexity. The stats in my game are very complex. No, but it's about, guys, Path of Exile, guys, whatever. I'm like, why am I even reading? Why am I even talking to these people? It's so tiring. Oh, it's so tiring. Oh man. God damn it. Cakez Collector is one of the only core audience and you don't listen to him. No, I don't think Collector is my core audience, to be honest. Your core audience is the one, oh my god, yeah, okay. Because one person says I should put a hotkey or I should put a tooltip on the spacebar, and I've gotten like 90 feedback posts already. This guy is the core audience. Like, bro, what you talking about, man? It's so tiring. Collector didn't even play the game. He trashed up. Yeah, it is how it is. I don't know what's up with Firefly today. I don't know, like maybe he woke up wrong or something. You can post links here, yeah. I'm just gonna time you out. I'm getting into discussions with you. See you in like 30 minutes or something, bro. Like, if you're angry today, that's fine, but I noticed that I just engage and it brings down the mood. Just go for a walk or something, okay? Like, I noticed that I'm engaging with this too much, and it takes away from the game and what I want to do on stream. And I think you're wrong. I'm trying to listen to everyone. And collector of stuff, stop posting these, okay, bro? Delete message. Yep. How many times did he post it? One more time. Okay, one time. So yeah, let's focus on what's happening here. I know about meta progression. That's bad. And this is the biggest part in the game. And so I thought that putting a tutorial teaching the player basically this motion. I want to make a tutorial teaching the player this motion right here. Let me see. We go to Tangy Defense. Wait, updates. I made that yesterday. Item acquisition. I want to build a tutorial like this. I think if I force the player to do that once in the game, these steps, before they can continue, I think it would eliminate the confusion. No, it's just annoying. It's not honest feedback. It's basically just aggressive and attacking, and you're gone for 30 minutes too, bro. See you later. It's just attacking the character rather than the opinion or rather than what we're talking about. Okay? It's an attack on the character, and that pisses me off. It's annoying. Just go somewhere else if you don't like it, man. Listen, I have to said this a million times. If you need a break, go watch someone else, okay? But stop attacking my character. Getting tiring. Okay, started with the YouTube video where I was watching a YouTube video. If you don't want to watch a YouTube video of me, you can leave. I'm not holding you hostage, bro. You can just go. Who cares, man? Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna hate you if you don't watch me watch a video. Like, bruh, I agree with you, Cakez. If you incorporate this functionality as required action for the user, they have to learn it and will know what to do in the future. When is Azenris getting banned? Azen is wholesome. You can choose to say, choose a blueprint to unlock. Yes, so people said that before. But I get the confusion. And it is more... It is a complicated design. But I really like finding items in the map. I really enjoy that aspect of the game. It is a dopamine rush. Because you get something. It's awesome. Like, every time I saw someone play, I watched Nahan played. She was excited to get a chest. Right? It is exciting. I want to keep it in the game. But the current implementation is confusing because it makes you think that all of the defenders get the item. But that's not true. It says choose an item to unlock. Someone had a really good wording for this, but I think I've written it down, but I lost it. Can you include GIFs in the game? Will make tutorials very easy. No, I want to do a Bloons-like tutorial. Bloons basically forces you to do this in their game. Let's say in the very beginning you level up your hero. Bloons forces you to click on the hero, then click on upgrades, then click on the first upgrade, then close out, and then, well, since I don't have a defender, then click on the upgrade to purchase it. Bloons forces you to do that. Did you see my post on items? It's a difference. Where did you post that? Can you post it again? Where? On general? I was thinking the swords were the, you know, was about the swords. It's a feedback thread. Wait, then I've read it though. Let me see. Item, wait, that's new. Oh, I see that's new. Wait, Tim's? Seems to work, though it still does look weird when you're scaling the window. It would be nicer if you would update the render size while you're scaling, but it requires multi-thread. Nah. I appreciate it though. Thank you very much. Thanks, bro. Good to know that it works. Oh, thank you, Dev Spudgers, for rating. Good morning. Thank you to Tim's. Yeah, it's a bit too much work. Maybe for the future. But since the technical part of the game is there, it's fine. Close post. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. So it looks like we fixed the bug. That's nice. Items remake. Meta progression for items is mostly just to unlock the item. Fuck! You're so lucky! Sir? Hello there, Dev Smudges. Good morning. I've learned how to... I want to ask you a question, actually. About writing Steam posts like this. Have you made any experience with those? Do they help with traction to the game? Hello there, Cakez. Well, my man, Smacky GDS. Good morning, man. How did these work for you, if you have written them? Like maybe including some GIFs and stuff like that. Now have double range to prevent dev balling. Melee units can only attack heroes. And so I've started writing my first post. Posts are very necessary. They signal that the game isn't dead. I write them regularly. Okay. So, but they don't do much in terms of player numbers, I guess. By the way, guys, I'm really proud of the arrows. These guys. I think I did a good job there. Boing, boing. They definitely help games that have released. It's to keep the people engaged. Yeah, I mean, what is it called? What is it called? The Vampire Survivors does it a lot. That's true. Where is it? Yep. They post all the time. And they look crazy. Oh, they also get feedbacks. Number of upvotes lets you know about the engagement. Yeah. So I made one post, actually. The first one. And it got 2 upvotes. 3. Hey! And I think one of the upvotes is me. So... Hey. It counts, okay? Didn't know you could vote on Steam posts. Yeah, me neither, but yeah, you gotta learn that, right? Let me see, sorry. Meta progression for items, mostly to unlock the items and then having them available for the runs. Items can't be bought, they are instead dropped randomly by units. Once dropped, you can drag them. Hey! Ah! You're so lucky. Once dropped... Guys, stop with this. Stop it. You got my upvote now too? Oh, thank you. Oh man, I appreciate it. Nice. The other likes are your wife and Zoe. No, those are actually I got. Oh, you're so lucky. Huh? Did you log off? I left the server? Stop it, man. I'm reading something. Once dropped, you can drag them on units and they use the items. Remove the items section clutter from the units. The items section clutter from the units and polish it purely on skid. But man, what do you mean? Okay, where would I put them? Basically, meta progression means better higher tier items. Item drops feel more exciting since you just used them for the run. No need to worry about the money. I got to get some rest. Have a good one. Hey, thank you so much for the raid, DevSpudgers. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. You're working hard on your game. It's really inspiring, bro. It really is. I gotta say that. You know, every day you're sitting there working at the same time. It really is. And it's awesome that the game can fund you in your life, basically. You know, it feeds your family and it allows you to keep developing. It's awesome. Really cool. And so rarely developers get to that point. Hopefully we get to that. Oh! It's a cool idea, man. We could remove the items here and then have them in like a backpack somewhere. And then we can drop the same items multiple times? Or what? And then the backpack is like a World of Warcraft backpack? But then it feels more like a roguelike. And I can only train skills? I would need more chests, for sure. Need to drop more chests, but that's exciting. Chests are exciting. I proposed that months ago. Items on a bench like a Team Fortress. You did? It's like that because then you get more chests to open like Vampire Survivor. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's actually a cool idea. Can we do that? And then it's basically like a list of items in an inventory, right? And you drag them on units and they get stronger. But what about the stats? Like, what about this preview? For example, like this guy gets more attack radius, right? Can I see that preview? Damn, that's a cool idea, man. I want to test that. It's actually a really cool idea. But then I can't have a chest reward as a reward for the level. What do I get as a reward for completing the level then? Items could sit on the side. Yeah, I like in a backpack like in World of Warcraft, actually. I would extend this UI to have a backpack next to this. And so you're engaging with this all the time anyways, right? You're clicking this all the time? Materials to upgrade your camp, I don't know. Materials to upgrade your camp. I mean, I would remove the chest for now. That's the first thing that happens, right? We remove the chest. Look at the UI of Team Fortress. Can you get duplicates in Team Fortress? I'll look. Weapon at risk! JK! Hey! Meta progression to unlock better items. How? TFT is not Team Fortress. Teamfight Tactics. Oh wait, I know Teamfight Tactics. Yeah. Oh. Really cool idea. It's like here. Can I close the door? You put it here. No, not this way! Hey! No, meta progression. How would meta progression feed into this? Interesting. How would that work? Bro. Teamfight Tactics. Yeah, I played that a lot. I know where it is. It's to the left here. I don't need to look it up. I mean, we can look it up. Maybe you guys don't know, but I remember. So it's a Teamfight Tactics UI images. Yeah. Where is it? Where? It's so zoomed in. These idiots. What the hell? And this guy is on top of the items. Eh? Am I stupid? Wasn't it on the UI? Or was it on the ground? Oh, I think it was on the ground, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Items. Show me the items, please. Ah, yeah. Here. GIF. That's a GIF. How is it such a small image? Here. The items sit on a pedestal here. And And you can just drag these on top of units. And then it shows the item well on the UI here. He's German. So we get the Anno of TD games. Team Fortress Classic. Meta unlocks new items. How would meta progression unlock better items? Do I need certain... Oh, yes. I see. So, I get it. Like this. Cool idea, actually. Wow, cool idea. It makes it so much simpler as well. And I can have the chest spam all the time. Like, these are all the items, right? And then maybe I show the items icon. I don't know. Maybe I'll show the items icon. And it's not unlocked yet. And so, for example, this icon, this item gets unlocked when I defeat an enemy that has this shield. But how do I inform the player about that? Meta progression unlocks items. Meta progression unlocks items. I mean, we have gold. I can buy items with gold. Could just be the chest at the end. It can be the end of the level reward. I think it's not... Interesting. Caught in 8K. Show his profile. Also, are you planning to make a new game? If so, which direction will you go this time? A new game will most likely, like a small game, the first part will probably be a simpler tower defense game for fun. And then we'll see. We'll see. Meta progression could also allow to bring some items. Or like get a free item. That's a cool idea. I need to write that down. Wait, I need to write the entire idea down. And my wife told me that she's not gonna come home today because they still have family issues there. But tomorrow she's gonna come home. And so I might be able to program this in tonight. Try to make one more level, maybe tomorrow, and then push that update out for you guys to play on the playtest. As like a last test before I put the playtest to private. I'll put it private on Friday or something. You could lock the items behind the stars, so getting 3 stars gives you tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 3. 2 stars only gives you tier 1, tier 2. I need to communicate unlocking items. That's the last question we need to solve. Finding items that I've unlocked is awesome. And then dragging them on the units is also awesome. I like that a lot. You can find duplicates. In Teamfight Tactics, you find duplicates anyways. I have it. I think. I think I have it. You know how we unlock items? Combining. Not duplicates. Just like in Teamfight Tactics. Combining items. I drag an item on top of another item. If it combines to a new item, it works. Tier 2 item. And if it doesn't, they just pop out of each other like in Teamfight Tactics. Exactly like they do. That's awesome. No, it just works. Because then I can show a collection here. And so, for example, the wooden shield shows me the recipe. So I can reuse this. I can reuse this menu to show the recipes. It creates a need for this collection so you don't forget. And so there's a need for this building. It's actually informative rather than just it sits there and does nothing. This is not major scope creep. You know how easy it is to build a recipe? I'll show you. Let me write this down first. Wait, that's an awesome idea. Really cool idea. So wait. Wait. Let's go! Okay, that's a cool idea. So, items like in TF. This is the idea. This is the concept. It's a list of things to do. There's a couple of questions still. What happens when I drop a chest and the bag is full? We can turn this into meta progression. More space. But what happens? Because I could make it so that you can't drop an item, that would be a hidden mechanic. You kill 100 monsters and you don't drop any items and you're wondering, why don't I drop any items? Oh, maybe my bag is full? Doesn't say. Bag should never be full, maybe should never be full. Scrollable, don't know. That's tedious. Maybe put them... If we put them on the map, like, then we need to have a dedicated space. A UI. When you combine the items, will the recipe items disappear? Now, if you take two items and you combine them, it creates one item. So yes, two items turn into one, which is why I wrote down 2 chests can potentially combine to a tier 2. 4 chests that is 2 tier 2s can combine into a tier 3. And then I think this is 8 chests, actually. Yeah. Jesus. Oh, my man. Thank you very much for following. Yeah, you could do the combine items, do much more complex way, but much more complex that way. If a Tangy is holding the item dies, will the item disappear? How does it work in Teamfight Tactics? I think the item drops on the ground, right? It goes back to its original place. Yeah, that's a good question. Tangy dies. Drops item. Disappear. Maybe that sucks. Probably sucks if you lose your tier 4 item. And so, but wait, how many items can you put on a unit? If I put a sword on a unit, I guess I can put any items on a unit up until 5. A unit can get 5 items. And, oh, how do I unequip an item? I guess I'll just remove it from, I'm gonna reuse the UI. That's a really cool idea, man. I reuse this UI, I cut out the bottom part. It's so much easier. I can even label this target priority then. About the stats menu, that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, like the menu would be much smaller. Could even be more spaced out, and I could just unequip an item by right-clicking it or dragging it out to the UI. I think it should only drop... I think it should only drop on sale. You should lose it on dev. No, like the items disappear when you close a map. You will find new items as you play. And so that will incentivize longer maps. Alright, back from total 1 hour timeout. I'm done. I will side with you 100% Cakes. It's not about that, man. It's not about that. It's about attacks on the character, man. And you could see how it shifted the mood of the stream. Cakes, this is leading back to the original old demo when you had separate heroes. No, Shade 11. The difference here is the following. The items disappear when you start a new round. In the very old demo, the items would stay on the units, and it was more like an RPG game than let's say the team. Have you played Teamfight Tactics, Shade 11? If not, I can recommend. It's really fun. But in that game, you start a round, you compete against others, and you're starting from level 1 units. You basically have a bunch of cards at the bottom, and you choose one card that is a level 1 unit. Then you place it on the field, and then you can look at the other cards. If you find a duplicate of that unit, you draw that card too. Now you have 2 of the same unit, level 1. Now you can re-roll the cards with money. You earn money each round. And if you find 3 duplicates from the same unit, they combine from level 1, 3 cards, into a level 2 unit of the same type. And so that's basically how you build up your units, make them stronger. And then for items, when you defeat creeps, which are like let's say the enemies in the tower defense game. No, weapons don't stay between maps, but they stay between rounds. Not between maps. So in the map, what I need to do is I need to increase the amount of chests that you drop. Yeah, maps, yeah. I need to increase the amount of chests that you drop so that you find enough items to turn a tier 1 item by 2 tier 1 items into a tier 2 item and still have enough items to put them on your character. And so that makes it so that the opening of the chests is experienced more often, which is a good thing because it's a dopamine boost. It's exciting to find a chest. It looks cool and the player is like, oh, what did I find now? So yes, for sure. The bottom part of the UI could have stats that every Tangy has, like health, damage, attacks per second, range. Yeah, I mean, you mean the entire bottom part shows the stats? I think the stats are more, they work better if they are shown like this. 1 minute is up of what? No, Rico didn't write me anything. He's never blocked on Discord. He wrote an unban request that was basically said fuck you. So no, why would I unban someone that says fuck you? I don't understand. You need to find the same ugly sword 7 times because it's needed for crafting. That's true. That is true. But no, because you can also find tier 2 items. You don't need to find the... Basically, the way that this works will be like this. Like a graph. So the stats are shorter. Wait, what do you mean? Instead of the item purchases. Hey, Abeth, how you doing, man? Hello, hello, my man. Do you have a level up effect, Cakes? I do, but it doesn't look that great. I mean, let me reset the game. Oh, yeah, there's one thing I didn't talk about yet. The Steam stats. I think... Wait. And that's looking really good. Eh? Or is it toggle Steam stats? Yeah, wait. The reason why this is 0 is because I didn't have Steam running when I started the game. Oh my god, how fast are you? You can't be serious! How? This guy must be like watching the stream with like binoculars or something. He's insane. What the hell? Dangerous image? It's been shown on stream so many times. I posted and left the server, I see. I can't believe this guy, man. Now, what was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. I collected... Yeah, guys, we are probably not gonna do the tutorial. Because that is more exciting. Here. Toggle Steam stats. They are looking good. So we currently have... Goodness. We currently have a 91% chance, or 91% of people that play the first map, they complete it. And for map 2, a surprising 84% complete the map. I wasn't expecting that. I thought more people would quit map 2. And then the third map, which is obvious. That's not bad. Yeah, it's actually quite good, because that is, when you get to this point, that's like 20-30 minutes in if you play for the first time. So that's good. Really good. And yeah, the Goblin Camp, the third map here, this is bad. Obviously, I've gotten this feedback many times. People told me they hate the third map. It's unfair, too difficult, too many bats at round 9. I know all of this. And I will get to it. There will be a map in between these. So like a third map where you get the mage. And I'll have to think about a strategy for the map too. But essentially a map to extend the game. And then on the Goblin Camp, this is where you're gonna face your first hero, boss enemy. Are you gonna increase? Yeah, I already did Coffee Lava because it was too short. It was boring. It's now double the range than before. The mage is too expensive. Yeah, the mage is less expensive now and does more damage. A lot more damage. And has double the range too. And I need to experiment with these numbers now. Will you record the number of tries per map? I don't know if I can, because it's difficult to distribute that. It's difficult to maybe just total so you get an average. Yeah, I would need to do a total and then divide that by the starts. But I already have the average round. And so, guys, most people quit on round 8, huh? That's just before round 9. So they never beat round 9 because they were like, oh, all of these bats are spawning? Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye. That's what's happening there. Oh no! It's round 9! Goodness. Yeah. 100%. What do you use to collect the stats? It's built into Steam, yeah? Yeah. It's the Steam feature, Steam Stats. Look it up. Steamworks, Steam Stats. You can do a lot of awesome things with this. Yeah. And you can do it for free. You can put it on your game, on your demo, on your playtest. All of the apps can use this. And so I don't even have to do anything. You need to use that and then code a little bit into your game that looks something like... Where's my game? Yeah. Steam... Where it is? Steam... Stat... Steam... What is it called again? Steam AP... Oh no, wait. What is it called? The base function of Steam. Steam. Let's just find it. Steam user stats. Yeah. This one here. Steam users. Yeah, basically you need to add Steam to your program, and whether that be Unity or whatever, Game Maker, stuff like that. And then in C++ you can call Steam user stats. That's a function that gives you back an object, a pointer, and if it's not a null pointer, that means it's initialized and you can call functions on that object. And so usually you call set stat, for example. And then you need to give it a name of the stat, which you defined on the Steam page. These are my names here. And the value that you would like to set. Does this work with Godot? Yeah. It should work with Godot. It should work with any... I don't know any editor that this doesn't work in. It should work with everything. Bats, yeah, goodbye. If you can never get full, no need to farm / progress. Upgradable bag, yeah, nah. Probably not. I'm just gonna make a UI that looks like some sort of table or something, and then it puts them all in there. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but it's gonna put them all in there. Does Steam Stats have an analytic dashboard? No, they don't. I don't think they do. So you have to gather these stats yourself, and then you query the stats. And that's a lot of work, actually. It's not easy to query them. You need to call a function that's an asynchronous function. Then you need to define a callback that's called when the function is done. And then in the callback, you need to define what you do with the data and stuff like that. It's really annoying. So I don't even want to explain it, but yeah. Yeah, you can make achievements and then look at that too. That's true. If you don't want to build UI for this. But again, this took me 1 day to set up. It's not that much work, but it's complicated. I would make a full refund sell price for heroes, including items, while the web is not in progress, Cakez, but only for heroes placed during that phase. That's a nice idea. Yeah, it's not the first time I have this suggestion. I'll think about it. Like if I accidentally place the Unity and I'm like, oof, maybe not. Then it should be 100% in prepare phase, right? Only in the prepare phase. Let's see. Oh no, sorry, it's not here. Let me see. I'll put it a bit higher because it's about gameplay, so I'm gonna put it here. Units placed during preparation. Units placed during preparation can be sold at 100% value. Thank you. Hey Cakez, could you explain or link me a tutorial on how to find this information? I know how to create the variables and store, but I can't find the info in store in Steamworks. Yeah, Steam user stats. Yeah, thank you guys for helping. Gameplay dev. Hey Cakez, I tried your game this weekend. It's a bit hard and a bit confusing to me. Are you planning to build initial levels where you teach the player? Yeah, I wanted to do a tutorial today. But then we got into a big discussion about the most confusing parts of the game. Wait, what's the most confusing part for you? Neves. What do you think? Like, if you can pinpoint anything that was confusing for you, what was it? By the way, Jesus, I said that earlier, but Den Lee, thank you very much for following, bro. Those tier 1, tier 2, I don't know what these are. Or for the abilities, yeah. Jesus, yeah, Jesus. Jesus followed us. You see that? We have Jesus in our community. And then what else? I don't know if I can fix that, actually. I mean, I might be able to put it like tier 1 here. As like a section. And then tier 2 here, tier 3 here, tier 4 here. Okay. So then I don't need to do the tutorial because it becomes obsolete. Man, I spent so much time on this. You know how long it took me to make this? Damn it. Bruh. This part right here? Just icon on the skill, put tier 1, tier 2, like you do your info icon on the Tangy. Icon on the skill. I suggested the idea because I hated the little chest. Not the ideas and no, listen. Shade 11. The most central part of the gameplay loop is confusing. And what we just... It is a really cool feature, man. It is so cool. And I think I can do it in an evening. Man, I spent so much time making this glow and the chest and... Like, man, like, look at this. This is where's the glow. This is the glow here. Like, it doesn't look like much, right? It is the glow of even front and back parts. Front and back parts here. Bruh, man. I was leveling up to the next level of effects, you know? Front and back part effects so that they look like three-dimensional and stuff like that. Oh. Make items drop on the ground with a glow to pick up. You remember when you regretted not realizing the old game as part 1? You're gonna do it all over again, Cakez? But this is not something that takes me 2 years to change, Shade 11. And it is the most confusing part of the entire game. Just use the glow when you upgrade the Tangy or when it's selected or something. It looks really cool. Yeah, it looks cool, right? I mean, we could make it so that when you select it, but it already shows with the attack range indicator. So, don't really need it. Feel like it will get more confusing? Save it for Tangy TD combination DLC, okay. Isn't that the point? Can you not use that effect for level up? Just replace it with the level mini chest. Yeah, I mean, I could. This could be the level up effect. I could turn this, instead of green, I can make this, what's the level up effect? Let's see, set hero level. 2. I could reuse this color here and put it on the effect, make it a level up effect. Sure. The problem is that items... I mean, it does add a rogue-like element to the game and really strong... And the cool thing is, I can equip a tier 3 weapon. If I drop a tier 3 weapon, I can give a Tangerine a tier 3 weapon immediately. I know that Bloons TD has a 6 at the end. But no, I think Shade 11, listen, I see what you mean. But I think this is the natural part of development of a game. You know why? I like that you're like trying to like not make me waste my time, right? But you know why? No, listen, no, listen, I know what you mean. I'm aware of that. This is the King is Watching demo. And this is them releasing roguelike element. Guys, I don't understand. This is not gonna make the game loop boring. Oh, man, it's so tiring. The scenery is boring, you should make the forest level more enchanted? No, I don't think this looks boring at all. I think this looks alive, could have a little bit more animations going on, but this looks appealing. When you find a new indie cool action FPS game, will you make Tangy FPS? What? No, what you talking about? Bro, I need some React indie content from you. I can watch before I go to bed. Your last video was uploaded 4 weeks ago. Yeah, I know. I started focusing so much on the game that in my free time, when I sit here in the evening, instead of doing YouTube, I program on the game. It's just that after 4 years almost of working on this, it's time to finish this. And I have like at least 20 videos that I could make, yeah. And it doesn't even take long to make them. I can make a video in 10 minutes. It's not that. It's just that my mind is currently 100% on the game. And every waking minute is me thinking on, how can I make the game better? I want to release it into early access this year. I don't know why people get mad on the item changed. They're boring right now. Skillets, what's fun? Yeah, like I see, like that's the point, right? I'm trying to explain to people that this is normal. Like you bring out a game, you listen to the player feedback, and now I'm in a position where I actually can get feedback on these playtests. And the reason why I make all of these different playtests and then I cut them out is because I know, oh, the game is not ready in that state. I do not want to keep it public because it will be bad advertisement. And so I bring out a playtest, I get feedback, I change the game accordingly, and that's what's making it better. That's what you should be doing. Maybe it gets frustrating for you because you keep playing the same thing in a different iteration, but it is actually making the game better. Okay, Pi-Fi, I'm tired of you. Okay, I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes this time, okay? This guy really wants to get some timeouts today, bro. 2+ business years? No, it won't. Anyways, it's a discussion. Like, I don't have to, what's it called? Not rationalize. Guys, what is it when you try to, like, defend your point? What's that called in English? It's not rationalize. Justify? Yeah, I don't have to justify this because I know it's the right choice. No, not advocate. It's like arguing, right? Defend, yeah. I think justify is a good word. I know I'm doing the right thing. Buy an English Duden already, sir? See, like, if I had one, I wouldn't read it because I would program in the game instead. Or do YouTube videos before I read the Duden. Item change, position placement mechanics. We're making a whole new game. No. Shade 11? Like, the reason why I'm arguing with Shade 11 is because he generally wants to, like, have the game be good. I'll explain to you, Shade 11, okay? The reason why I changed the placement mechanics is because it is easy to do that in a very little amount of time, and it doesn't take me months to do. And so that change is exploring the different ways to play the game to find the optimal spot. You will never have a situation where you bring out a game and everything just works together. You're gonna have to change aspects of your game so that the game goes into a better direction. And so that is what I'm doing here. I'm not reworking the entire game. I'm reworking parts to fit the game better, to make it flow better, to make it more... What was it called? What's that called? What's that called, man? Not obvious, but I guess you could say easy to understand. And so it feels more natural the way you play the game. Intuitive. Thank you. Intuitive. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Intuitive, but keeping the same idea of the game. And if I can remove complexity from the game, but keep... If I can remove complexity from the game, but I can keep the deepness, then that's a win. Because complexity, for no reason at all, is friction. And friction is causing players to quit. Not sure if I totally agree, but I'm okay, man, do your thing. Yeah, I see what you mean. But these changes, like the reason, again, like I did this mistake 2 years ago. I know. And the mistake 2 years ago was not to release the demo early enough in intervals and update the demo and have feedback directly after doing an update. Like I'm not doing that now. I'm taking the feedback from the demo and I apply the feedback in less than a week to 2 weeks. And then I can test again. It's a very fast iterative process, and that's the way you should be doing it. Now, I'm not perfect with this, and I will make mistakes, of course. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is I'm not making a mistake, but I can see now that this is the way you should be doing it. You need to work together with your playtesters in conjunction to see what works and what doesn't. Which is also the reason why we now have enemies that you can block on the road. And you yourself said that while you get tired of fighting the same enemies, you like this version more than the last. And most people, I'm not saying all, okay? Listen to the words, because I'm gonna have someone write it in chat. Oh, you said all. No, I said most people like this version more than the last, and the stats prove that too. So that is a good sign that the game is going in the right direction, and that's what you want to be doing. Your biggest mistake is you can't make up your mind. No. No, my biggest mistake was to not get feedback immediately. For 2 years. And it's not like I can't make up my mind, but feedback means you change the game. What are you guys talking about? Do you think real game developers go through so many gameplay changes? Guys, who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Like, do we have some real game developers in chat that have released the game and did exactly that? Who's gonna tell him? Looks useful, Cakez. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. Now let me read that. I've never watched you before. I downloaded the demo 15 minutes ago. Got to map 3. You got really far into the game, really fast. Okay. And the bats. My main thoughts so far. Very unforgiving because units don't respawn between waves. Also, not allowing to reposition the units makes the flying waves feel even rougher if you position them in the wrong location. Sorry for the wall of text. That is something that we're thinking about changing. Actually having units respawn between waves. Like many people suggested that too. We'll see if we can do that, yeah. Oh, Janet, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, guys. Hope you had a good stream. Did you get a shout out? Yes, you did. Hope you had a good stream. What have you done? Is this your game? No, this is not my game. That would be amazing if it was. No, my game is this one right here. This is my game. It's a tower defense game, pixel art style, with tangerines fighting enemies. So these are like oranges, right? And we are currently talking through feedback from the latest playtest. Is that the one? Yeah, this one here, I think. Tangy TD playtest TeamDB. It doesn't show up yet on Google, I think. No, it doesn't. So you have to go here and Tangy TD playtest. Then you search it. It's doing okay so far. It's doing cool. We have 6 in app right now, which is awesome. But it's also because I'm streaming, of course. Yeah. 48 hours, 1 week, something like that, yeah. Somewhat stable. Yeah. How many demo versions do you think you push? That's not necessarily a bad thing. After each change, you want a fresh perspective for how things look, rather than someone with prior experience. Yeah. Yeah. Ramis would agree with me. Isn't Ramis here right now? Wait, Ramis at Ramis? You here? Can this guy help me out? I'm tired, man. I'm tired of arguing here, bro. Maybe he answers. Cakez. Protect me, Ramis? Ah, easily. Okay, stop. Stop it. No, sorry. Listen, I was just... No, I want to read your messages, bro. It's fine. Okay, it's quite a few messages, okay? I'm trying. Yeah. Let me see here. Very unforgiving because your units don't respawn, not repositioning. Flying waves feel rougher. If you position something wrong. Yeah, this is the part that I like a lot, bro. About your feedback. Thank you, man. Put that right below the gameplay section. You see the list, man? It's growing like crazy. But a lot of this stuff is valuable information. And obviously we gotta keep that in mind. And we'll see what we can do about it, right? We need to test this to see. Hello, first time watching. Dev streams are a great idea and you are a perfect host. I love your charisma. Oh, my man, thank you. I appreciate it, bro. Wow, what a nice person, man. Oh, what a good change of pace. And whatever that's called in English, you know, from someone being positive in the community. You are a great asset to our community. We need more positive people like you, bro. Thank you very much for joining. Oh, there's another message. Cakez, I'm also a game dev. Can you explain, please? I understand why you're making playtests to make the game better, yet why not focus on getting data the way if you want... Wait, on getting data the way if you would polish this and make releases instead. I don't see the downside other than having just a game with negative reviews and paying 100 for the release. No, so like... In order to make a good game, you need to make playtests. Because if you don't, you're developing the game in isolation, and 99% of the time, you're not gonna make a game that appeals to a wide variety of people, because you're not gonna see the flaws in the game because you made it. If that helps. Is there some shadow ban that Steam does or something? I'm saying this only because I know people that absolutely made money on releases instead. No, you can make money on releases. And especially if you make a game that has already been made before and you copy the entire design philosophy, you do it step by step, but in a different setting. So let's say Vampire Survivors, but with cute anime girls, by the way, has been done. Very successful game. Vampire Survivors, but in Diablo 2 setting. Oh, very successful game. Vampire Survivors, but more dark and skeleton undead theme. Oh, has been done, by the way, before. Of course, yeah, that works. But if you're making something new, which most people do when they make their first game, that's a little bit more difficult because you need feedback. Rames would agree with me, and you know it, Cakez. It's okay. Okay, bro. Sorry, I'm like a gazillion messages behind. Can't you add a wave indicator? Yeah, we all have that. And then, how many demo versions do you think you can push to people before they get fed up with playing demos instead of the full game? As many as I need to. If people don't want to play my game because it's the same for them, that's fine. But I still need to change the game and put it out and then see what people like and not. Like, that's the way you make the game. And again, guys, game development is an iterative process. You do something, you put it out to people, they give you feedback, then you change it, you put it out to people again. And now, big companies have playtesters for this. And so as they're developing the game, they constantly get feedback from the playtesters. In companies where this works. In Ubisoft, it doesn't. But that's a different story, of course. You know. Or in... we don't talk about Concord, do we? Positive... toxic positivity. I was trying to check if, even though... wait. I was trying to check if he even thought about it. Yeah, I do. Let's say you push 10 demo versions. What's the chance of someone new to play it instead of always the same people?
Am I so out of touch?
Steam.
No.
Ned Bolter just subscribed.
Oh, my man.
Prime sub finally back.
Yo, my man. Thank you very much for subscribing, bro. I appreciate it. Here. Let me show you. I was actually looking at them. And they also did quite a few posts. Let me see here. They didn't make that many posts, I think. Let me see.
See how fast I got how far I got high.
New demo.
How high I got there.
February 21. A new demo, February 3. New bosses, so kinda new demo, January 28. Demo patch, somewhat of a big patch. Another demo patch, another demo patch, another demo patch, another demo patch, another demo patch. New demo, big announcement. Trailer, new demo localization. Okay, ignore that. New demo. Guys, it's an iterative process. You iterate on the game. You bring out a new demo, you make a push, a release. You're like, check out the demo. And so one of those posts resulted in this. And so you can only get that when you're like below where there's barely any players. You can only get that if you change the game. If you stick to your game and release it, okay, let's say you make a game that gives you 20 players. You stick to it, you're not iterating on it, it stays that way. You make another game, you get the same amount, or maybe less, or maybe more, or maybe totally nothing, depending on what type of game you make. Maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't. Most people don't get lucky. So no, I think that's again, like that's my point. You can disagree, but I think that's really, really important, and so that's what we're doing with this. Anyway, sorry, there's like a gazillion messages. Protect me, Rames. Cement. Hello, cute cat. Good morning. How are you doing? And Team Jape, thank you very much for following. Who's counting money? Oh, is it me because I got a sub? Yeah, I'm counting money for sure. They call it sarcasm. Sarcasm? The link is not working, Cakez. Which link are you talking about? Short URL? Wait, it's not working? You can't be serious. No, it does work. It should work for you, bro. If you want to know, if you want to play the game, here we go. There it is. Let me see the other messages now. Did I miss something here? Cakez, bro, here's the thing. Your biggest mistake is that you're a pussy. You're so scared to release. I'm not scared to release at all, man. I've released 4 demos. What you talking about? I'm streaming the development of a game. What are you talking about? If I was a pussy, I wouldn't do any of that, bro. What is this guy talking about? Anyways. And it becomes a failure. No. It's common sense. You listen to people's feedback and you change the game accordingly. Why are we talking about that? It's the most natural thing in the world. Why are we arguing about changing a game based on feedback? I can't believe that I'm wasting my time talking about this. You sit there for weeks and do balancing only to throw everything in the bin. That's not true. You moved on to playtesting being the theme of the month. And you do tiny changes and want people to rate it from 1 to 10. That's not true either. Just to be a giga chat and make games instead of being worried about what others think. Just be a giga chat and make games. Yeah, just make game, man. Just make game. Press release button, bro. But your approach feels stuck at focusing at playtests. No, it's not. It's iterating on design. I can just iterate really fast because it's somewhat small. I released my demo a year ago, been asking and getting feedback ever since. There has been many changes based on watching people play and people's feedback, mostly making the game more intuitive and fun to play. I try to be selective, I don't accept everybody's suggestions, but there's always something you miss that someone else catches it. One should humble about. Yeah, exactly, GemPlayDev, that is correct. Can you link your game too? Cakez, maybe reach out to the CEO of Belarus. Ah, shut up, man. My man. Lorem Imposum. Okay, yeah, Lorem Bacon. Lorem Imposum. Cakez. But this is the iteration of the same demo, not changing the core mechanics. Oh, did? Core mechanic was you cannot place on the road. Now you place on the road when you block enemies. That's a core mechanic. What you're talking about? It is. Of course it is. The difference is they had a core vision. They weren't spamming out demos. No, that's not true. That is not true. They didn't have... Why am I talking about this, guys? Why am I wasting my time? This is the patch where they added roguelike elements to the game. The game did not have a roguelike element before. It wasn't as successful, so they added an entirely new section to the game. You're wrong, sir. Why am I talking about this? Lorem Imposum. This stream would be way better without chat. Yeah, I feel like chat is trying to... You would have coded half the feature instead of talking. Yeah, I know. I should stop. I'll stop. This is the game, by the way, here. Responding to 5... Oh, no, I just didn't want to miss a message. Just ban the 3 people. Yeah, I think they're trying to get me to... I mean, it's a nice discussion to have. Different game, bro. Stop encouraging this off-stream degeneracy. We will have an ASIN stream at any cost this year. I don't think so. Yeah, you got banned when you were on my side. Sure, bro. A couple of clarifications. Originally, this was a game jam game and development has not been super consistent. Oh, you got 11 reviews. That's nice. Wait. Demo? Wait, is this the demo page? And then, wait, learn more? Wait, no. Wait, no, this is the game and you have a demo. Wait, huh? This is the demo page. How do I get to the main game? Oh, you click here, sorry. 200 wish lists, 300 wish lists. People get so many wrong assumptions. Yeah, I'm not adding roguelike elements to my game. I'm just trying to make it better, okay? And I'm not saying that the reason why they got successful is because they added roguelike elements to the game. No, we literally just watched a video of a roguelike game that wasn't nearly as successful as the king is watching. What I'm saying is that they experimented, added a feature, and boom, and exploded because it was a really good feature. Why do people not understand this, man? I have to stop reading chat. So your game is not out yet, right? But man, you do have quite a few reviews on the game. That's cool. 100%. Is that all your friends? Product received for free. I guess that's normal. You do have an engagement problem with your game. I think you know that, right? People don't play for a long time. How long has the demo been out for? There's no point in showing the current tutorial because it's gonna change, but I can show you, yeah. The extent of the tutorial is this. You start out here. Yeah. And then this is how the game starts. It tells them blah 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 story type a little bit. And then it tells you to replace this guy here. And then it shows you this right here to click the play button. Oh, they played the game on other platforms. Okay. Since I cannot ignore the negative messages today, I'm just gonna ban collector of stuff for the rest of the stream. Good. The reason why is because he said something toxic. He said trash game. Okay. Yeah, this is the level up effect, by the way, Coffee Lava. It's not that great, but it's okay. I didn't change something today, no. I was basically... I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit exhausted from today's work and from yesterday. I've been coding all day yesterday, doing a lot of changes. And I just don't have much energy left to code. He didn't specify what game. If he said trash game to this game, I would have banned him for more. Because that's very toxic to say to a user that is making a game on Steam and putting it out there for people to play. That's not the type of behavior I want in my chat at all. If you say that in my chat, you get banned. Because you're not being nice to a fellow game developer. And this stream is about developing games and learning along the way. And learning is not being called trash. That is toxic and it's basically just being an asshole. Did you make the game art yourself? Yeah, most of it. Let me see. Aren't you programmatically generating all your messages? What scopes are you cooking up in secret, Mr. Cool? Okay, programmatically. Let me see. I know everybody who reviewed my game on Steam, they are my Discord members and they have followed the game development for over 6 months. I see. Yeah, what I'm trying to say here is, or what I see from the reviews, is that they don't play for a long time. This is 10 minutes. That's not great, by the way. And this is, I don't know, 0.7. That's like 70% of an hour. I hate that, man. It should say, no, 0.7, wait, 0.7 hours. Bro, I hate that so much. I don't know how much that is, man. Wait, so half an hour is 30 minutes, 45 minutes? Yeah, 45 minutes, that's okay. That's okay, like an hour plus is good. Half an hour is okay too, like 10 minutes is not that great. 10 minutes again. Yeah, it's a little bit low on the side as well. 0.4 is also not that. So it's, yeah. I know it's 60 times 0.7. 70 minutes. It's not 17 minutes. So yeah, but cool. .7 hours is 42 minutes. Yeah, truth equals ban. Yeah, that's what we do here, yeah. Will you release your game before GTA 6? I don't know when GTA 6 releases, but I want to go into early access this year. Why does Steam not show minutes? Maybe they don't know how. Anyways, yeah, so that's the extent of the tutorial, and then I force the player to right-click, but they don't have to. So if you don't right-click, it basically shows, oh, you can open the skill tree using the right-click method. And yeah. And that's the extent of the tutorial so far. But I would really want to try out the team fight tactics idea. Sounds really cool. It's a really cool idea. And then I like they gather here on the left, and they like float to here from the chest. That would be cool. And then when a unit dies, for example, they float from the unit back to here as well. And then you can just drag them on top of each other here. And your mouse is mostly to the left where the UI elements are. Wouldn't it be better to teach about the skill tree in the town? When you're in the map, you don't want to read a bunch of skills and walls of text. You want to play the game. Sure. But it happens in the map. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I've watched Nahan play and I've watched Brento play. They don't really hate it. And most people actually like reading the skill tree. It's more about flaws in the skill tree where if you go down one lane, you cannot commit to any other lanes. That so far has been the worst or the most important feedback for the skill tree. So that's something I'm gonna change. I'm adding teamfight tactics type items to the game, and I'm removing the permanent items. Yes. And so now you can combine 2 tier 1 items into a tier, much like your game, actually. Like your game. Who am I? A little bit different UI. More like the teamfight tactics UI. We have the preview right here on the left at all times. But yeah, like you. And combining them without having to, like, basically free combining. This guy just can't stop, right? Kitchen sink feature, just wait, bro, just wait. Okay, it's gonna be awesome. The skill tree could have a tier 2 branch out into the other rounds. Tier 2 branch out into the other rounds in the middle. Yeah, I mean, I could... Yes. Like, the easiest way would be... like, let's use a skill tree that's not that... they're both developed. Yeah, I mean... I don't really want to... But, fine. Like, basically... a node which is big, where all of the skills go to, and then or the last nodes all go to that one node, and then it jumps like that. It's like a connection, and I can choose where to go from here. Like this, like the spider web kind of way. That would be the easiest to implement. For sure. Wait, the demo itself? Wait. The demo itself is 6 minutes long, so the short gameplay time is reasonable in reviews. Is it really that short of a demo? Then the amount of heroes placed has to go way down. Why? I mean, why? I enjoyed the game, some quality of life. Heal should be hotkey, have written that down already. Label on the button would be good. Yeah, 1 hotbar. Yeah, I'm thinking about having heal and the other global ability be 1 and 2. And then the heroes have hotkeys like QWER. But I don't know yet. Which is why I haven't implemented it yet. I don't know a good keyboard layout. And then there's also 1, 2, 3 for game speed. Which I can do too. I don't know yet, really. A hotbar at the bottom with hotkey labels like MMOs. Yeah. And then the same for heroes, yes. It's really good talking about the game and taking a step back. I think that's important. Very helpful advice and feedback today, guys. I really appreciate it, you guys. Like all of you who have played and given me feedback today and written feedback and also on Google Forms. I've read everything from Google Forms, but there is actually a constant input or whatever that's called. You know, the Google Forms keeps increasing, is what I'm trying to say. So it grows. And so there will be new feedback to read every day, which is cool. I think right now we are sitting at, let me see, I think it was 16 responses. Yeah. We currently have 16 responses, and the last time I checked it was 13, so it's quite a few. And there's always something new to read. But mostly it's starting to repeat itself, so that's good. Since you're going down this round, here's a backpack battles does it. How backpack battles does it? Backpack battles. Recipes drop. A guide was created. I would do it like this, Shade11. Watch. I'm gonna read a bit more, but I'll show you. If you go the TFT route, you need a lot of items to make something into something. Yeah. I mean, that's the game. What the game is about, right? My game, the items. Wait, bro. I don't know what it is with this thing sometimes. So, for example, the ruby necklace. The way this will work, bro, is like this. I will have this part in the UI be the same as it already is. Very simple. That here. And then all I'm gonna do is put this here. Hey. Bro, I didn't press T. Go away. V, bro. Put this here. And then let's say it comes from this one, whatever. It doesn't need to make much sense. Whoops. Wait, actually. Like that. And then of course, like a big plus. That's all I'm gonna do. This is outside the level. So like the way this will work, Shade11 is like this. You will unlock a recipe by randomly adding items on top of each other. Like you drag one item on top of another item, and then if there is a recipe, it unlocks a new item right then in place. Like you need to play Teamfight Tactics to understand this, Shade11, but it's actually a really cool feature. And then this will be the guide so you don't forget. And you're like, okay, well, how do I do the green apple again? Ah, I see. It's those two items together. Making an iron ring with meat? Mixing? Yeah. So I smack my chicken against all items until it combines. So for example, yeah. Your crispy meat. It's a little mini game to figure out recipes. Listen, this guy has no idea. This guy didn't play Teamfight Tactics. It's really... and once they are unlocked, they should be droppable directly with a rare chance. Yeah, when they are unlocked, you can drop them from certain enemies that drop them. Yes. I guess I'll write that down. It's very specific. I was diamond in Teamfight Tactics. Yeah, you know, right? Who am I? It's a fun mechanic. It is. And your game, tell me if I'm wrong. Your game is inspired by that mechanic too. Because you have items combinations in your game as well. Don't lie to me. Huh? We need some of these. Add recipe, combine items. Once they are unlocked, they should droppable. No, I was inspired by Risk of Rain item system. Oh, I see. I have not played that game. Yeah, like I'm not coding a tutorial now. But it's good to talk about the game. What about different rarities? For example, an uncommon chicken leg isn't as good as a legendary chicken leg. No, I'm not gonna do that. A chicken leg will be a chicken leg. There will not be a shiny chicken leg like in Pokemon. No, that is scope creep. This right here is easy to implement. All I need to do is just code something like this. So like, I already have it. Like it's basically like 2 items to 1. So like item data. Then item ID. Part 1. Part 2. Wait. Yeah. And that's the recipe. And by default, this is item none. That means no recipe. That simple. It's really, really simple. And then whenever I display an item, recipe. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll code this tonight. In peace. Recipe. You might need to adjust your tiers a bit to allow for combinations. What do you mean by that? Null exception that I need more tiers? Can't wait to slap my meat against items while the bats fuck me. No, like you have a few... You have few tier 1 items. Oh, and you mean I need more? I don't think I need more. TFT has no tiers for items, just base components and completed items. Yeah, I know. It is a little bit different. I'll look at the teamfight tactics item combination part. Basically, teamfight tactics had something like this, right? If I remember correctly, because I played League of Legends. It's something like this. You start out with like this is the big item, and then it can have a tree like that. Right, and then it takes like 2 base items. I don't know, like one part here, and then maybe a bigger part here to combine it. Like stuff like that. And so you cannot put this onto these 2, but you can put these 2 together, and then you get an item here, which can then be plussed together with this, right? Wrong? No? I need to look at TFT again. I guess I'll play it a bit then. Making some tier 1 become tier 2. Items have 2 base components. So there's only this. TFT only has tier 1 plus tier 1 is tier 2. And there are 7 or 8 base components. This for 49 items. So 49 of these means not multiplied by 2, because some items could have the same base, right? But in worst case scenario, 7 times 7. TFT allows all combinations. We'll see, guys. We'll see how we do it, right? I'll look at TFT for sure. I need to play it again. It's been a long time. But it's basically each item outcome has 2 inputs. And so all I need to store is 2 inputs for now. And then we'll see. I thought you could build more stronger items. But they might have changed it. I didn't play for a long time. Anyways, guys. My wife actually wants to have a walk. Like, she's not at home, so I'll go meet up with her. Who do you want to rate, guys? Who would you like to watch? Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to leave. It's good to take a small break from coding. Like, I'll get the stuff done overnight, and then I'll let you guys play tomorrow. Didn't even look at my menu. Where's your menu? Can you link it again? Sorry, I missed your link, man. What is this? The 2... Like, did Shade 11 always... Aha. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Where's your menu? Link it. Warrior Land Loadout 3. Oh, is that your new game? Awesome. Oh, wow, you have a lot of stats. Holy, effective healing. Effective healing. Oh my god, how many stats do you have? Good stuff, Hazen. You're making a good... Is it pixel art or not? Can't tell. I would assume you post a lot of images in Showcase. Maybe I should look at Showcase tomorrow. It's been such a long time. Unspent points. That's quite a few, man. Zenith, Nexus, Vulkan, Vector. Wait, what is this? Tempest, Summit, Tempest, Summit? Mage. Holy, your text looks really good. Like the gradient on the unit. Do you do all of that in code? I need to learn how to do that, man. Is it a Vampire Survivors type game? Or what is it? Send us to a Booba streamer. Oh, yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off the stream, it's fine. The unit list. I see. Yes, pixel art. It's a game. Yep. It's a game, yep. Yeah, you can write me when you, have a demo out. We can play it again. Yes. I'm gonna leave, guys. I need to leave. There's no streamer. It's fine. I'm just gonna... There's no raid. Whatever. Guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you have a wonderful evening. I appreciate all the support. Thank you, guys. And I'll see you all tomorrow!